you very much for your time. Welcome to this channel. This is Max TV, and it is our duty to bring you what's happening all around the world in terms of sports. This afternoon, we're concentrating on the Ghana Premier League, which is gradually grinding to a halt. We are still in the process of separating the men from the boys, and very soon we'll be sharing with you the league table so you have a fair idea of what the situation is on the ground. But wherever you're watching us, we say thank you very much for your time, your patience, and of course your presence with us. We will be bringing you today's featured match all the way from the Takwa Naboso Stadium, also known as the TNA Stadium. That's the home ground of Medeama Sporting Club. This afternoon, they will be in contention, and it's a tough encounter for them because their visitors are none other than the Porcupine Warriors, Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Like I said earlier on, it's getting tougher and tougher by the weeks. And very soon we'll give you a clear picture of what the situation is on the league table. Once again, you are most welcome to the show. Let's bring you up to speed with the fixtures that we had or we have for this weekend. Of course, matches have been cleared already. We'll be touching base on that. But for the matches that we have for match day 29, let's take a look at the fixtures. And then we will delve into talking about the two matches that match week 29 fixtures. We'll be bringing you the fixtures, we'll be bringing you the results. And so if that is not ready, then we will take a look at the two key games that have been played earlier on. We started the week on Friday, and then it continued yesterday. And of course, today we are bringing you our featured match. So earlier on at the Nana Ajiman Abedu the First Park in faraway Doma, it was Aduana FC stayed at home and welcomed Bibiani Gold Stars to a very tough, uncompromising game. End-to-end stuff for 90 minutes. And at the end of 90 minutes, the two sides had to be separated. 3 goals scored on the afternoon, 2 to the good of the home side, Aduana, and 1 to the opposing side. It was Razak Sanu who got that consolation goal for his side, Bibiani Gold Stars, although we had the likes of Benjamin Chivanyo on target for Aduana as well as Emmanuel Mafo. It was a good, happy hunting day for Aduana FC, which means they still keep in contention as far as the top of the table is concerned. Today, my guests will be taking a look at especially this afternoon's key game, but will also be sharing their experiences with us by virtue of the fact that they have been there before, once upon a time. The two gentlemen have just one thing in common. They are both called Yao. Welcome, Yao Perkun. Welcome, Yao Champong. It's always good to sit in the midst of legends, because sometimes when I listen to your stories, it marvels a lot of people how you have been able to move from one stage to the other. Yeah, and I ask for the stories, they're plenty. But gentlemen, thank you very much for giving us a little bit of your time. We're taking a look at match week 29. Very soon we'll share with you the fixtures, the details as well. Okay, so like I said, we've got 2 matches that have been cleared already. We had Aduana Football Club staying at home, beating Bibiani Gold Stars by 2 goals to 1. Vision FC also pipped Accra Hearts of Oak by 1 goal to 0. That match was played at the Tema Park. And so Ni Ajay Krako's Park was the venue for that game. Tough encounter it was. At the end of 90 minutes, Accra Hearts of Oak came home with their tails between their legs. But a good enough result for Aduana Football Club. And per these results, we will be taking a look at what it means on the league table. But before we do that, let's take a look at today's fixtures. So FC Samatex stay at home. They welcome Brekum Chelsea. Bechem United are traveling down south to Hohoe to take on Hohoe United. That is if Hohoe United will honor the match. They have already written officially that they are out of the GPL. Baseke Holy Stars also do a journey to Abrankesi to take on Nations FC. Young Apostles Swedru All Blacks have a date Karela United and Heart of Lions would need to sort a few things out. Our featured match today is Medeama Sporting Club and Asante Kotoko. And then Dreams FC will be at Tuba as they welcome 11 Wonders. These are the fixtures for match week 29. And just keep a close eye on the fixtures, because when we show you the league table, you will understand why this week's matches especially are very, very tough and uncompromising. The table will show that the teams are bunched neck to neck to neck. 1 point difference, 2 point difference. So it means one team flops, they go further down. The other team flops, at least they gain some weight into the table. But again, let's take a look at the matches played yesterday. Let's start off first at Doma, where Aduana stayed at home and they won by 2-1. Gentlemen, I'll take your first thoughts on how important the rest of the fixtures are, especially looking at certain venues you have to go to and certain hurdles you have to climb. Both of you have been there before, you've done that before, either as visitors or as resident coaches. How do you separate the sides when you are getting towards the end of the season? I mean, how important is it that you must stay at home and you must be resolute? I'll start with you, Yapreko.
You know, thank you. Coming to the end of the season, it's all about calculation. No. It's all about calculation. You know, you need to win, especially when your objectives hasn't been met yet. You need to pick your home. Aduana, this season they've struggled picking home points.
True.
And strangely, I don't see pressure, or I don't hear pressure on radio stations about the coach going to be sacked, or if it were to be a local coach and the way they are losing home points, you will hear yes.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised. I don't know. This isn't the objective. Maybe they want to build a new team and then probably next season go for the title. But the way the league has been so far, I thought if they had taken a lot home points,
they
could have been a comfortable lead now, because we thought Medeama were far gone until we realized that one stumble could change everything, and they stumble a lot. So coming to the end of the season is all about calculation, and make sure that you pick your home point, and then you calculate where you can pick a away point, and then if it works, then by the end of the season, your objective will be met.
I see. Okay, Coach Yao Champo, I'm sure that what Yao is saying brings back some amount of memories, because you've been there. Doma has been your home once upon a time. I mean, how keen is their pressure, especially towards the end of the season, where you know that you win home points, you grab some away points, you can even win the league title?
It's all about, like Yao said, it's about calculation. And when you do your calculation well, getting to the end of the season, you always want to at least win all your home games. And I know the pressure at Doma. Doma people love football to extend that the only thing they need is resource. They don't need draw, they don't need anything. They want to win all matches. So if they win, if you are not winning, then pressure starts. Coming. But looking at Aduana and Gold Stars, it has been like a history that it's very difficult for Gold Stars to play Aduana at Doma. Because I remember my time, we beat them 2-0, and then we beat them 3-1, and then they beat us 1-0, and then the following season I think we beat them 2, and then they beat us I think 1, and then this season 2, it was, I think they lost and then they won at Doma. So we all know that though Gold Stars are doing very, very well, but it will be very, very difficult for them at Doma. But looking at when the Aduana got the penalty, that tells you that it wasn't an easy game at all.
Sure.
Both teams did very, very well, but it's just unfortunate that Gold Stars lost.
Tough encounter it was, and of course, BBN Gold Stars also have their eye on the prize in terms of going all the way to the top. And so for them, again, worthy opponents, if you're able to pick up the worthy points, then it means that it's been a struggle worth your time. But again, like you rightly said, sometimes it's a bit difficult, especially when the opportunities are there, but then the pressure is also on them. So at the end of it all, Aduana managed to pick up the 3 maximum points. We will see what that transcends to when we take a look at the league table. All right, so if comfortable win it was for Aduana at home, and that's the penalty easily slotted in. Nicely done work there. And of course, for goals like this and others, you will get the home support because they definitely want the 3 points. They need the 3 points. All right, let's leave Doma and head to the near J. Kraku Park in Tema, where Accra Hearts of Oak took the short journey from Accra, thinking that, well, Vision being their brothers, they could secure a fast victory over them. Vision went into this game knowing that a win would also help keep their heads up, especially if you take a look at the league table and where they lie. The fans of Accra Hearts of Oak went there in their numbers, but it was Vision who clearly showed that they were the hungrier side. And we were taking a look at the way the league is in terms of the positions, the results, you know, the closeness of the results. I mean, you can't afford to lose, especially when you are playing at home.
That's what I said earlier on. You know, we've gotten to a stage of the league where you need to pick home points.
Yeah.
You know, forget about picking points on the road, because it's going to be very difficult. Because mathematically, everybody is those who are playing to win the league, and those who are playing to be relegated. All are so the battle is
a battle.
Yes,
it's a battle.
It's a battle. So you need to pick your home points. So I wasn't surprised Hearts lost yesterday to Vision, because mathematically they are not safe yet. They need to.
That's Vision.
That's Vision FC.
Yeah.
You know, across for now, I can say they are just playing for playing sake, because there's
a long shot from the league title,
from the league, but you never know.
Sure.
But for
it's not over until it's over.
For the survivors,
yeah,
it's going to be difficult to go to their home ground and beat them, because the supporters are also playing their part to make sure that they stay in the league. So
yeah. I couldn't agree more. I mean, we saw a lot of the home crowd cheering on the Vision FC team. And Vision FC themselves, for playing their home matches at the near J. Kraku Park, they have also picked up a lot of support.
I think they are yet to lose a league match.
It's been very difficult for away teams when they come to the Tema.
They're really feeling very, very, very comfortable there. Very, very comfortable. I remember when I was with last season with Insuatre. Just imagine, we played them in a what's the near Ajay?
The near Ajay Kraku.
Yeah, the first half we were on them, and then out of nothing, second half they just came into the game, and they scored the decider. So they feel more comfortable. They know that the terrain.
Yeah.
Playing on AstroTurf, and the quality of the AstroTurf is different. So if you go there and you are not used to that kind of pitch, you'll be punished. And so far, they're really enjoying it. Different from the other teams that are playing in Tuba, and they don't train there. And these people, I think, so far
they do everything there.
Yeah.
So they really made it a fortress.
Exactly.
This season. But again, does that tell us, does that tell us the quality of a team like Vision FC?
Yeah, I think playing on the turf and then playing on the grass is two different things. So I would say they have advantage.
They've mastered it.
Yeah, they mastered it, and it's helping them. But like I was saying, at this time of the league, if you lose your home match, then it means you're gone.
That's true.
So most teams, all the teams that are playing homes, are trying to make sure that they don't drop even a point at home, so that because they know definitely when you go away, you also lose.
Yeah.
Like there are some teams, for example, like Young Apostles. When you look at his record, their record, you know that they try to always win their home games. So I know today, for example, it will be a little difficult for Swedo or Blacks to play against them. So at this stage, if you lose at home, then you have to count yourself out. That's why Hoho United is having problems, because before they are making sure they are trying to win all their home games, but now it's becoming difficult because of the suspension. So you have to win all your home game, especially today. Medeama playing Kotoko is very difficult game today, because it's not easy to beat Kotoko. You can beat Kotoko, but you won't have it easy, because with Kotoko it's result oriented.
Exactly.
You have to win at Kotoko. Exactly. If you don't win, it's a problem. Especially last week they lost. So going in for this game, if they lose again, then it will be a big problem.
Well, easy goal scored there by Vision FC. Obviously, they were the team in the driving space, or in the driving seat, I should say. And so they led with all the incessant pressure, etc., etc. They broke down the defense of Accra Hearts of Oak. That's a defense-splitting pass. And as much as the defenders rallied to fall back, and even for goalkeeper coming out to narrow the angle, they still kept their composure.
I just saw the goal. I heard some people saying the goalkeeper should have fouled the player and take red card.
Oh.
So that...
Why?
But looking at the situation, the guy is in the box already.
Exactly.
So if you misbehave, and I think it won't make any sense.
So what if he fouls him, he takes a red card, and then the penalty is taken, and then they score? So you've lost.
At this stage of the season, at this stage of the season, you ask yourself, what is Asafo playing for?
Yeah.
And Benjamin Asari needs more matches. He needs more matches.
Sure.
Before the World Cup.
Sure, before the World
Cup. So taking one for the team is not necessary at this stage.
At this stage.
Especially how the guy was already gone from the 1v1.
Sure.
You realize the guy had more advantage because he pushed the ball and he was already gone. So you can't blame. But I was surprised to see the way split pass went through the two central defenders. You see where this guy found himself.
The same mistakes.
What's the name? Has one of the central. The one number 5 jersey. You know, the guy pulled him away. The striker pulled him away. But I believe at this stage you should find the line. Look at him. Yes.
All right.
Yeah. You should find the line. Yes. Find the line and be with your colleague. So. You can see the ball and you can see the striker.
Exactly.
So if the pass is given to him, I think Didi will kill him, because look at him, just fighting.
Lovely pass through.
Yes, just fighting with the striker, and you are not even looking at the ball. So bad decision. What's the name? I forgot his name. What?
I think it's Osesibe.
Osesibe, and you Osesibe, Odumfo Kumfo.
Yeah, I think the positioning was very bad. The two central defenders, their position was very bad. Not one, but two or thrice. The same penetrative move,
the same penetration.
Is not.
Well, at the end of the day, Vision carried the day, so they had 3 golden undiluted points. It's good enough for them. Let's take a look at what the table looks like. The Ghana Premier League table looks like at the end of at least these 2 matches. The remainder of the matches are coming up later today. All right, so here we go. BBNE Gold Stars, they lost, and so they still have 51 points, but the team that is following them closely is yet to play. In fact, they will be playing this afternoon. Medeama Sporting Club stay at home. They welcome Kumasi Asante Kotoko. It's a battle between the 2nd and the 4th place teams, which means that even for Accra Hearts of Oak losing yesterday, should Kumasi Asante Kotoko win the match and win convincingly by a couple of goals, who knows? Asante Kotoko could ride up to the 3rd position, and Accra Hearts of Oak may drop. But we'll take a look at it again. Medeama would want to win this match because it's a home game for them. It takes them 2 points clear of the table toppers, BBNE Gold Stars, should they win. Aduana Football Club, they have climbed up to 42 points. They occupy the 5th position. A good win for them yesterday. And so they have shot 1 point ahead of FC Samatex and Karela, who are following in the 6th and the 7th positions. Now, Holy Stars, that's where it gets a lot more interesting because they would also want to pick up points this afternoon. They have an opportunity to do so. Vision FC managed to get 38 points out of their win yesterday. And so they are on the 9th position and the last team at the bottom of the top of the table. So from the 10th position, 11th position, 12th position, it's dicey. Dreams FC, Heart of Lions, and Bechem United all have 37 points apiece. So which means that these teams would want a lot of separation in terms of the results after today's games. We'll take a look at how those games will go. Swedru All Blacks and Nations FC together with Brekum Chelsea also have 35 points. So let's take a look at the permutations. We've got 3 teams on 37, 3 teams on 35. So obviously those on 35 would have to do everything possible to win. Nations is playing at home. Brekum Chelsea is going away. Swedru All Blacks is also going away. So I don't know how difficult it's going to be for them. However, Bechem United have secured some valuable points at the Nana Fosuji Aboa Park. I don't know whether today will be a very good hunting day for them. Heart of Lions is at home. Dreams FC is also at home. So possibilities of the 37s moving up the table is very, very rife. Okay, so then we take a look at the bottom half of the table. Gentlemen, if we could have the league table again, thank you. Young Apostles, Hohoi United, and 11 Wonders. There's not enough we can say about the bottom half. I mean, 11 Wonders have already said they are goodbyes. Hohoi say they are out of the league. So Young Apostles are on 33, but then look at the 35s above of them. There are 3 teams there. But even that, the 37s are also not out of the fray because it could go anybody. It could go anybody's way.
Yeah. From the 10th position to the 16th position, no one is safe.
No one is safe.
And like I said, this is where you start picking your pens and then your papers and then doing the calculation. Home points. Who is my friend, away to get a point if possible. Win your home matches, but it will get to a stage where it will not be enough. By picking 3 points at home.
Sure,
you have to make sure on the road you pick either 1 point or 2 points or 3 away, 3 points on the road, and you'll be safe because Hohoi has done a lot of good to the other teams by pulling out. So
those who have battles with them, at least they know that they've already picked up the points. All right. Let me quickly make this correction before we continue. Our attention has just been drawn to it. There's a slight hitch with the table, and so the top 5 of the Ghana Premier League table should look like this or should read like this. So BBNE Gold Stars will still maintain their top post at 51 points, followed by Medeama on 50. Accra Hearts of Oak have 46, but Aduana, by virtue of their win, now have 45. And so Aduana are 4th on the table, and Kumasi Asante Kotoko, who are yet to play, are 5th on the table on 43 points. Let's get that distinction clear. Sorry about the mishap the first time around. So Aduana rightfully are in the 4th position. Kotoko is in the 5th position. Kotoko are yet to play. We are focusing on the Kotoko Medeama game this afternoon. It's a game that we need to keep close tabs on by virtue of the fact that, yes, we are gradually grinding to a halt in terms of the Ghana Premier League for this season. It's only match day 29 or match week 29. So we've got about 5 or so more weekdays to go. And then we will be lowering the curtain on this year's edition of the Ghana Premier League. I still have Yao Achiampong, Yao Preku, both former internationals. They've played from the lower ages right up through the senior national team, the Black Stars. And of course, have had a surgeon in Europe and elsewhere. They love their football. They know their football. They eat, talk, and sleep football. So we are glad to have them to pick on their expertise. Okay, so ironically again, those two have an association with Medeama Sporting Club. I don't know whether it was because of that my producer said, no, let's have these two gentlemen in the studio. But gentlemen, once again, you're welcome. Okay, so Medeama stays at home. You are welcoming Asante Kotoko. Asante Kotoko are not in the best of shapes, you know. How do you take advantage of such a situation, especially when you are playing at home?
They have no choice.
They have no choice.
They have no choice. Medeama, they have no choice. They have no excuse to lose. Because fortunate for you, Gold Stars lost.
Yes.
And Medeama, House of Folk also lost. So for you to open up the gap, you need to win this match. You need to win this match. It has, at this stage of the season, like we say, don't win. The winning shouldn't be pretty. Just go in,
pick up the point,
and then Kotoko. We know Kotoko since Zito left. They've not been themselves. You know, normally when a new coach comes in, the attitude of the players change. But this is not a new coach; it's the same coach they've been working with.
Sure.
So you can see anything new in the boys. They are still using the old mentality, and so Medeama needs to take advantage. You know, but mindfully, everywhere Kotoko goes, we know they have supporters there.
Sure.
And
they definitely will be there.
Takwa, they will be there. They will be there in their numbers to cheer them up, as the stadium is very compact. But I strongly believe Medeama will be on the right track to get
Medeama maybe will start as favorites, but we'll also be trying to find out how crucial a win will be for Kumasi Asante Kotoko in this afternoon's game, because like we said, they've not had the best of string runs over the last 5 fixtures. For Medeama, 2 losses, and those losses a lot of football connoisseurs believe could have been avoided. A 2-1 loss to Dreams FC when Medeama played at Tuba, and then when Hohoi came to do the unthinkable at the TNA Park, beating Medeama by 2-1. I mean, if you have suffered such a blemish, Yawa Champo, you need to bring back the spirit among your fans. You are playing at home. Fortunately, you have a strong team like Kotoko who will come into this game all guns blazing. Charlie, I need to win this match to bring back the pride in the team. As the home side, how or what strategies do you think will be adopted or will be the best to be adopted when you are playing against a team like Kotoko?
You know, any team that play against Kotoko is a tough match. Not only it's a tough game.
Sure.
Not only Kotoko. Kotoko has playing Kotoko has. You start to smell it from the first day, from the first training that you do.
Okay.
You see people that you haven't seen before. Directors that you don't even have idea about them. They will be coming to the training, talking, making promises and here and there. That tells you how important the game that you are going to play is.
Yeah.
And especially after this game, they are playing Gold Stars.
Yes.
So this game is very, very important to them. So as a coach, you have to psych them. We all know that pressure will be on them, but they have to be calm, play their normal game, and then make sure they get the 3 points.
Let me ask the two of you, if you care to answer. I mean, you did not have the flexibility, or you did not have the opportunity of playing at the TNA Stadium, but there is something about Takwa fans. Yeah, don't laugh. There is something about
that one there.
Of the Medama fans.
Yes, that one we spent 6 months. I think 6 months there.
Yeah.
We could write a book that will sell for ages. You know, that's the little time we spent there. You know,
what is it about them?
We know. It took a while before Medeama, stood because they had this Takwa United, Takwa Barcelonas, and the old teams. And to them, Medeama is not from Takwa.
Oh.
Well, history told us Medeama is from where we train, the village of the late player, where the AstroTurf is. That is where I forgot the name.
But that's basically the base for Medeama.
Medeama. That is where the team is from. To them, and the Medeama is not a Takwa-based club. So
now I get it.
So you have those supporting Medeama, pretending to be Medeama supporters, causing problem when the team is losing, or the team is playing well and the team is winning but not playing well. They will come in their numbers. Coach, a team these players, insulting the players and then agitating the fans.
Then
the fans will also come in their
then they come in.
And then
all right, okay, I see. So and for those of you who didn't know, I mean, I'm still trying to remember the name. The town is just before Takwa. When you are driving into Takwa, where the AstroTurf is, and if anybody can remind me, I'll be glad to take their WhatsApp message. But so again, we now understand why there is that form of resilience when it comes to the fans, the supporters. Anyway, Kumasi Asante Kotoko are traveling to Takwa. They are traveling on the backdrop of the fact that out of their last 5 matches, they've only won 1. And that was that 3-0 advantage over Nations FC. But they drew against Aduana when they visited the Nana Ajiman Bedu Park. And then they drew against Vision FC when Vision came visiting. But 2 losses, one against FC Samatex and the other against Karela United, seem to have done them in, as it were. So they go into this game this afternoon knowing that nothing short of victory will matter for them. How easy or difficult? Prequence.
Very difficult.
How easy or difficult?
Difficult for Kotoko. They've not been good on the road. They've not been, and personally, I think when Zito was around, I think they were finding their feet, but the expectation was too high. Yes. Okay. And personally, I think they push Zito away too early, because the way the table has changed, Zito could have caused surprises. Because
I see.
Because look at the point since Zito left. Look at how they've struggled.
They've struggled. They have really struggled.
Yeah, and on home last weekend they lost. Here we did the match. First half was draw, and then second half they were beaten 2-1.
Sure.
And like I said, when we watched the first half of the game, Coach Eben and we said, this is not Kotoko that everybody knows. Yeah. They struggle to find their feet. Psychologically, the players are not ready, and I think what is coming from the bench, the players are not implemented very well, or something is missing. So probably Kumasi pressure or whatever it is, we are yet to tell. But Kotoko is not the Kotoko we know. And going to TNA with Medeama not really cruising, is going to be an interesting match to watch. Let's see how Medeama will come out of their shells and then play the league as we've known from the beginning of the season. Because sometimes beginning you fly, and then the middle you struggle, but the finishing is the most important. Yes, so let's hope from this Kotoko match, Medeama will be able to spark.
Well, their last games against Kotoko, that's Medeama, with Medeama playing at home. We're bringing you some of the statistics so that you have a fair idea of what Coach Yapreko is talking about. So 2020-2021, it was a drawn game at Takwa. Kotoko went there to beat them the following season by 2-0. And then the second time of asking, Asante Kotoko won by 1-0. The other 2 matches have ended in draws. And so with 2 wins as against 3 draws, Kotoko would feel some level of comfortability going into the game. But this is Medeama.
Kotoko didn't go then with interim coaches.
Okay. Okay.
Aha.
Oh.
The objective then was different.
Yes. So obviously, the results would also show.
Exactly.
I see.
But what Kotoko is going through now, when they played Medeama the previous years, Kotoko were ahead.
They were there.
They were there. Yeah. They were there. Yeah. And the game were played in the previous
Raccoon Park.
And that field, I watched Kotoko 2 seasons ago when they beat Medeama there. They took their chances and they punished Medeama. Medeama started the game very well, and I thought they should have buried the game. Then Kotoko came out of nothing, scored goals, and then they killed the game.
They killed it.
Yeah. So I was under Ogum. The priority was different. And now the camp of Kotoko, the management, we don't even have the management, and then they don't have a head coach. Players are finding it difficult to find their rhythm. So it's a different Kotoko.
So Coach Champion, with all these pointers enumerated by Coach Yapreko, Kotoko don't start this game as favorites.
Yeah, but they can also cause surprise.
But we shouldn't underwrite them.
Yeah, we don't have to write them because when you follow Kotoko, you know that first half they play very good. Going to the second half, you see the team dropping. But they can also cause surprises because I believe Coach, he's also called Yao.
Yao Prince.
Yeah, so
what is it with all these things?
I believe he also love to finish very well in the league. So he is not going there to just give up. He will go there to at least prove himself that he is the man of the job and he can do it. So let's see how it goes. But Medeama at Takwa, they play very, very good. When you look at most of their matches, they play very, very good, but the results are not coming. So let's say today they can do something special. Salim can do his dead ball situations and give them the win that they want.
They've got some potency in their team. And our champ, I'm glad you mentioned one. Salim is one of them. I mean, he's good on a dead ball situation. He can strike, and his strikes are thunderous. But apart from that, they also have an all-round team that supports when they're going forward, when they're coming back.
Yeah, the team is built out of experienced players.
Yeah,
experienced players, and that was the objective and the mission from the beginning of the season is to win the league.
Okay,
win the league or the FA Cup, and the way they were cruising, they thought by this time of the season, they will be maybe 8 points ahead or 7 points ahead. I remember Coach Tanko came out to say the league is not ended yet, and that they still have a lot of matches to play. And truthfully, it has come to pass. And to find themselves in this situation, I blame them. But hey. Like they said, we all started from 0 points. So don't think if I open the gap and then along the line I dropped, I can also come up again and open up. But today it's going to be a different ball game altogether. Like I said, two teams with pride. Two teams with pride, and Kotoko, they've not been really good on the road, but hey, TNA. It's no man's land.
It's a different terrain.
It's a different terrain, and hopefully we can see better football from the two teams.
I see. Okay. Well, at least we know the teams have arrived safely at the TNA Stadium. We will be going back to the stadium because we need to listen to the thoughts of the coaches ahead of the game. But before we do that, let's do a very quick break. We'll be right back.
want to dream with Puma drinks. Yeah, believe it, you can achieve. Oh yeah, clap your hands for the whole new vibe. Make me send you. Oh yeah, come alive. Let me hear you.
Puma Drinks, a whole new vibe. Another quality product from Casa Precon.
This advert is FDA approved.
Yes, see, Zepe Biayi.
Yami pe biami.
Zepe Biayi metro.
Obey, we are sure.
Yee, take everything.
Machine back on our
Zepe Biayi.
Patrol, move for trolling them, bro. Why? Iron, kettle.
Jimmy Pebia.
Omi.
That is where I do my shopping.
Baby, check. LG fridge near Shelley, be no one part of my family.
You too.
The patrol park and young Hawaii.
I'm shopping here there. That's right. Yes, you go. Ebushia for mass buy a baby eat away with the oyampa. Once a minute, you know your quality and authentic. Now, your baby, from 10 to 15 is it? You know, your max buy massive Easter promo. Not the baby do. Mama Jimmy, catch your catch the max buy the Bushia. I had to buy in here and walk out. Babe,
not fridge, no.
Let's have a day.
Fridge number.
Have a fridge.
Fridge, no, LG fridge.
Now, how are your delivery? That's some young coffee. What's about?
Tell me everything.
What's about?
Okay,
uncle. Miss wait, uncle.
Hello, Ghana. Payday is here. Stand a chance to win instant cash prizes on Reveal Scratch for Win. Up to 1 million Ghana cedis to be won today. Get ready to play Reveal Scratch for Win to win big on Max. Stop scrolling and start winning. It's simple. Dial *787# on all networks. Choose your card type and select your lucky card for a chance to win big. Play with at least 5 Ghana cedis or more. You could win up to 1 million Ghana cedis in cash prizes instantly. Yes, you heard right. 1 million Ghana cedis in cash prizes. Don't miss out on the chance to win big. Dial *787# to play now. Reveal Scratch for Win. Scratch Keke. Lady Sika say bam. You must be 18 years and above to play. Terms and conditions apply. This game is regulated and approved by the NLA on the Characters platform.
All right, we're welcome back into our studios. Thank you very much for sticking and staying with us. We are just about building up and getting ready to wind down our discussion and then take you to the Takwa Naboso Stadium. It's an imposing stadium, if you ask me, one of the freshest and the newest stadia when you come to the Ghana terrain. But of course, it's the home ground of the team known as the Mauve and Yellow. Today it looks like they have picked up the yellow, and so we should have bright colors on the field of play. And this is the home team. They never give up, they say. And so these are the gentlemen that will be doing battle. We'll be hearing from the coaches as we go through, and hopefully we should be hearing from the coaches to find out their plan going into this game. But it's going to be an afternoon of some very good football. These are the gentlemen that will do battle for Kotoko. And on any day when, you know, these gentlemen wear these jerseys, be it Kotoko, be it Hearts, Medeama, they have the tendency of giving off their best. And that's what the fans would throng the stadium to see. For those who may not have seen Kumasi Asante Kotoko up close and personal, Takwa and the TNA Stadium presents an opportunity. So we understand that there will be quite a number of fans at the stadium to witness the game. Like I said earlier on, for Medeama staying at home and playing the best of their games, Ibrahim Tanko, we all know what sort of coach he is. He's coming up against Coach Prince, who also has a couple of tricks up his sleeve. It will be interesting to see how they sort things out. Isaac Amwako, I haven't seen in a while, goalkeepers coach. himself, very, very good goalkeeper back in the day. This is the build-up for the home side. We're going to see some quality players, some hard tackling players, and some in-runs being made in the team. We're not too sure what the formation will be like, but gentlemen, for a game like this, let me start with you, Champ. What kind of formation would best suit Medeama in this afternoon's game?
I think we all have our philosophies.
You all have your philosophies,
and
of course.
But like you have said before, it's all about the results. Now, at this stage, you just need the
whatever it will take for you to churn the results.
Yeah. If you want to go Jose Mourinho way, you have to go Mourinho way, win your match, and then see the way forward. You don't have any excuse to give. It's not they don't have time for fine football. You want to please the supporters. At the end of the game, the supporters want results.
It's all about 3 points.
It's all about 3 points. So they have to do everything possible. The coach have to talk to them that today is all about the results. It's not about individual performance
fine football.
No, it's all about results. So they have to do everything to have the support. Looking at Kotoko, they have also determined. They want to do something. So Medeama should do everything. Then next week when they meet Gold Stars, then I think that match will decide. It will be a decider.
Yeah.
Whoever will win that match is true, because now you have to look at how many home matches you have to play and how many away matches you have to play. And this is the toughest one. So if you pass through this level, then you make sure you win all your home matches, and then you're through.
Yapreku, what do you make of the quality of both sides?
I think
they all have some individual brilliant players.
I've seen a couple in the Kotoko team. There's a boy who even played for last year. He was the last 2 years he was playing for Shooting Stars, my academy.
Oh, okay.
And I've seen him in the
Kotoko lineup.
I hope he will start. Very good. Young up and coming player.
Okay.
The Kotoko got nothing to lose, but they feel they need to get 3 points, and Prince is yet to find his starting 11.
Okay.
Yes,
that's the head coach of Kotoko.
As the head coach, is yet to find, because the performance of the players are not really convincing. So he keep changing. But with Medeama, on a good day, they have players to hurt you. You know, if the game, if they start really very well and manage to control the face of the game, and in their matches, all the matches that they played, I know they create a lot of chances.
Okay.
But you know, putting the ball at this is the boy I'm talking about. This boy.
Oh, okay.
Yes, putting the ball at the back of the net has been a little bit of a problem for them. But if they start the game very well and start pushing up, Kotoko will struggle. But I strongly believe Kotoko will go in they will be cautious. So they will go in for the 4-2-3-1, ball in the middle, compact in the middle.
In the middle?
Yes, okay. Because in the middle, Medeama, they are very skillful. And if you allow them to go through the middle, they will hurt you. So they will be compact more, and as usual, play they are lonely striker on top and then supporting from behind. Medeama will do the 4-3-3. Tanko, I know he'll go in the 4-3-3 and make sure that they get more numbers up front to finish the game as quickly as possible.
In matches like this, let me take your thoughts and your experience on this. Once you notice that this team we're going to play against has 1 or 2 key players, is it for you to play those players out, or is to just concentrate on your game regardless of the quality? Because I'm looking at somebody like Adams, who everybody knows that can fire from a distance. Yeah. How close do you keep tabs on him? And is it to the detriment of your game plan? Because he knows how to handle the ball. He knows how to shoot on a distance. Although Kumasi Asante Kotoko also have their own skilled players. I've seen Saka Dauda in the team. And Saka on any day can handle the ball, and he's a threat.
Yeah.
So are you watching these key players, or you are just playing according to what Coach Prince will say? Let's go this way, or what Coach Tanko will say. go this way?
I think if you are playing against a team like this, you have to avoid any dead ball situation in front of your goal area. That one is a must. You have to do that. Because
avoid the dead ball situations in front of goal.
In front of your goal area, you have to do that.
Because I remember last season when we played House of Oak, Adams, you know, we scored early, and 5 minutes or three to 5 minutes later, they equalized. The only dead ball they had at the edge of the 18, one shot, one goal, and I didn't know that was his strength. Yes, his weapon, and then we stopped him from, you know, shooting from that range because. And it was night and the field was wet, and so you just don't allow him to do the shooting from.
Well, the players are coming onto the field of play as you can see, and so we'll be wrapping here. Quick thoughts. First 45. I'll start with you, Yawa Champion. What are you expecting? First 45.
Yeah, first 45. I think both teams will be very, very cautious because I know Tanko know that if he can handle Kotoko first half, second half, he will have his way. So.
Yeah, Preku.
Yeah, I'll go in for Medeama.
You go.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. Strong start it will be. Medeama are poised for action, but so is Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Let's cross over now to the Takwa Naboso Stadium, where our team of commentators are standing by to bring us the first 45 minutes of this game, and we will join you at halftime.
Red outfit welcoming the move and team here in Takwa. Everything changes, and that is not Fred anyway.
Well, obviously, the Porcupines haven't had a smooth season from, technical team to players getting injured to the recent happenings within the club and as much as results have been recorded. It's always difficult, but Medeama would want to take advantage of that.
Keep the same backline as Medeama SC, make two changes there, except to say that Risaki is out for Mubarak Yusuf. And also up front you have Kingsley Brahe, who is not part of the team today, and it's Abdul Salam who's starting his place.
The former Kumasi Asante Kotoko player, captain of the team, marshals the defense well, and he's back into the team. Obviously, you expect him to start. Abdul Salam with the strength, supposed to bundle it out with the defender. So Kelvin Obey will pick up the pieces. Unfortunately for Kingsley Brahe, suspension, which means Mano Mante and then Salim Adams as well as Japasu will need to be at their creative best.
So be at their creative best there for Medeama SC. Certainly Mubarak, you see very much experience in the Ghana Premier League and comes along with Samba O'Neill. Match officials for today's game is led by Gideon Ni Kofi, and he's going to be assisted there by Roland Nido Duadi and Theophilus Akugri, but the fourth official being Rita in Kansa Boateng. I tell you what, is Azamiti Alexander Kwesi is the match commissioner for today's game, but the two captains, some bit of a twist of fortune there for Asante Kotoko and how they want to approach this game. Which the head coach of the side, Prince Yaousu, he's spoken extensively about the game and says that the fight is far from over with Asante Kotoko walking onto this pitch there. But the interesting bit for Asante Kotoko is that they have ringed in 6 changes from the team that got defeated by Samatex, and so conspicuously meeting for the side is Albert Amwa, who's walked off the pitch with an injury there. Baba Yaya, Albert Amwa, Prince Asiedu or Patrick Asiedu, and Hamzata Musa, as well as Peter Miduakwa and Prince Bedu. All of them, Adam Inusa, have been put on the ice. They're on the bench, not starting today's game. And you have the loss of Yakubu Dogo, Morfin Donsu, Saka Dauda, Joseph Amo, all of them coming into this game.
There's quite a lineup that lacks fluidity at the back. Strength and aggression is what they would have. And how would they deal with the brilliance of players like Kelvin Obey and Japasu who like to go on the front foot? Well, they'll trust Chaimenu to do a bit more of quality distribution.
Yeah, Ibrahim Tanko spoke extensively again about their setup and why the players need to be very much in their groove there against Asante Kotoko, who themselves have their fans walking into this pitch. They're very much also looking into what they can do today to pick up a win. There's been a lot of talk about them, and also to find out that Hartlepool got beaten by Vision FC. And so the two top teams in the Premier League not really getting things easy, are they?
Well, it's been a battle for them, and quite, a season where most of the top teams, we've seen lots of changes happening at the very top, including the top 4, and Kotoko and Hartlepool themselves have fallen off the pieces. They could have probably been at the very top if they had maintained their consistency, and that is what continues to riddles and with the fans failing to have answers in. But these are the kinds of games fans want you to win for them.
Asante Kotoko making some tactical changes there, where Samba O'Neill is going to be the holding midfielder today, not the centre back. as expected. Henry Ansu comes in, slotting into his usual centre-back position with Fuseni Zakaria partnering him up at the back there. But Samba O'Neill sitting right in front of them and getting support there from Hubert Jehu and Che Menu. A bit of a surprise change there because Seth Kojon usually would have to play in that role, but Che Menu is going to be the new fit in that role.
I think he's looking more at a 3-4-3 system when they are defending to make it a 5-back when Samba slots in between Zakaria and then that is Henry Ansu. But when they are attacking or in the build-up mode, Samba steps into midfield to provide some steal for Lawson Chaimenu Jr., the 17-year-old youngster who's had a number of cameos. They trust his distribution, and as usual, the best midfielder they've had this season is in Hubert Joe. Quite surprising that Dogo and then that is the Sinomorfin Donzo have gotten the edge over the other players in Peter Midwakwa, Babayaya to start the game. But this is an away game. They would want to at least get a point and not lose the game.
Well, there's a talking point about Asante Kotoko and how they have not been one of the top sides in the Premier League this season. At least they started pretty well, but got themselves a bit broken up by some of the teams they did play against. And Kelvin Obin starts his 4th game for Medeama after joining them in the January window. He scored 2 goals and 2 out of his 3 starts, scoring against 11 Wonders and Hoa United, all at the TNA Park there, and he's starting today as well.
Well, and that is what you would want to see from coaches, players whom they can trust to deliver and do justice to the decisions they make on and off the training field. And let's hope the faith that has been entrusted in them will be dignified.
Yeah, a while ago you did see Aziz Dari. He's maintaining his post in the build up there for Asante Kotoko, and quickly Medeama would want to win possession back from the Porcupine Warriors, and the left full back possession. Joseph Farmer trying to ensure that at least he keeps his place. Asante Kotoko. When you talk about the coach for Medeama SC, Ibrahim Tanko, speaking about how the side trying to maintain some bit of steel and keeping possession, and you always have Salim Adams there. Always looking forward to Salam, and able to get to him. Kote here being chased by Medeama SC, and again losing possession. And Kotoko will have Samba O'Neill in his newfound role. Morphine Donsu is the target man out front there, but Che would have to pick it up here for Medeama.
It was quite intelligent play there from Emmanuel Kote, picking up Zakaria Fuseni, who equally found Samba. Kotoko would have to deal with the high press from Medeama. It's quite relentless, especially when you have Kelvin Obey and Abdul Samed in that attack.
Again, a little bit of a slip there, and Che was off his line. Well, I tell you what, Salim Adams just giving the ball away, and this man, the centre-back, who's not been slotted into a midfield role, nearly caught them on the break. And that's the first attempt here by Asante Kotoko. Very casual from Salim. Very unusual from him as well.
That is the extra quality Kotoko have with Samba. Whenever he steps into that midfield, he's actually going to pickpocket a lot more on the lackadaisical approach with which Fuzi Taylor and Salim play.
Here comes Salam. Medeama on the offensive, Jabasu bit into it. It's going to be a little bit physical in midfield. And Fatau Suleimana finds space in Salam, back to Suleimana, gets the ball into the box. Asante Kotoko recovers quickly. Samba O'Neill now decides to calm the nerves of his players and beginning to show the ball quickly among themselves. Kote here, the right back position. Samba quickly finds space and switching play down to the right hand side, the left hand side. And here they go again, the Porcupine Warriors, always trying to keep some of the momentum in the game. Hubert Jehu back to Amwa, and here Asante Kotoko. Just about 3 minutes or so into the game, and they seem to be having some bit of a lion's share in possession for now, just temporarily. Medeama back again, trying to win it back. Asante Kotoko having difficulties in the winner set piece.
Kotoko feel more comfortable, and that was a knock there right on the head of Saka Dauda. He actually forcing Medeama to be making mistakes. Ordinarily, you would expect them as the home team to be much more settled and keep calm. Kotoko, surprisingly, they're not identifying the number of changes affecting them. Virtually no flaws, but it's early days yet in the game, and this is a set piece they can take an advantage of to break the deadlock.
Well, the potency of Medeama can always be looked at. They've scored an impressive 37 goals and they have conceded just 20 in 28 matches. At home, they have been relatively very solid, recording 9 wins and 4 draws, and just 14 defeats. And Asante Kotoko may want to see if they can break that. That is Saka down there and lacks over Amwa just behind the ball there. You leave that one to who to take it? Very few, but it is there for Asante Kotoko's perspective. Henry into there with that feeble shot there for Asante Kotoko.
That was a terrible drive. He envisaged going with a lot more power. That was a miscue, off target. And you don't misplace such glorious opportunities. If Salim gets that on the opposite end, Aziz Dari needs to be at his top quality best to save it.
Kelvin, I need to tell you something about Medama and Asante Kotoko clashes here. The TNA Black handball against Medama SC's Fuzi Taylor. It was instrumental for the side against Bechem United. So to say that the team didn't really come into the party early against Bechem and had to settle for a draw. Hubert Jehu. I was looking for Manuel Mate. Keeps his place in the lineup here for Medama. There's been talk about the team sometimes not able to come out in the numbers, especially when they're playing at home, and reason they haven't been that active in terms of picking almost all the 3 points. Asante Kotoko once again will have to pick up yet another set piece which goes against them.
That's the youngster Lawson Chaimenu. So the physical demands of this game, he's been doing quite decent for the youth team. So a lot of faith trusted in him to play today. Such a high intense game.
Area 2 for Asante Kotoko. Now it's going for Amwa. Chaimenu Lawson. Oh, lovely switch of play now. Not able to pick it up there, Manuel Cote. Not too sure he was really looking for that pass, was he?
I think Dogo relaxed. He wasn't expecting the switch of play to the right hand side. He got his calculation wrong.
Zakaria. And again, it's Salim here, but it's going to be as Adari's ball. And he picks it up there for Asante Kotoko yet again. Medama would probably want to have an injury concern.
To me, that was a collision there. It was always going to be the goalkeeper first away. Zakaria Hussein tried to shield his goalkeeper and prevent any on-rushing attacker. Unfortunately, he couldn't fill up that space. And thankfully for Kotoko, they have the return of Kamara after his suspension. So that'll be good enough. So Henry Antu, looks like there's no contact with Dari. He might have hurt himself. So that was quite a bounce off.
Yeah, they do have Kamara still warming himself on the bench there for Asante Kotoko after coming out of that suspension. And you have the UMAT students also working in their numbers, just as Asante Kotoko may say they have the Porcupine tertiary, maybe Medama tertiary here, isn't it?
Oh, very vibrant body. Maybe lots of attention has not been given them, but when you come to the TNA Stadium, they are the voice, and you can feel them. Vibrancy. Looks like they come from the chamber mind hall. Yeah. Like the chamber mind hall, that's where they come from. More like a lot more of the Porcupine tertiary come from a combination of Katanga and then Unity Hall. Sulemana.
It's Kelvin Obeng really got Zakaria to beat there, and so somebody to get a throw in. The attempt by Medama SC to make sure that at least they have the players back in the 18-yard box. But I would just want to tell you something, Kelvin, that the Asante Kotoko Medama clash really have been a very interesting setup. There are 5 home games there for Medama against Kotoko. 3 of those matches have been a draw, and I tell you what, 2 have been a defeat against Medama at home. And so they are looking to change that narrative anytime they're home against Asante Kotoko.
And that is what is clearly the problem here, especially this season. They've dropped points in games. You wouldn't expect them to drop points. That Hoho United loss was quite a surprise for many. Bechem United managed to pick up a point here. Same as Samatex, and these are matches Medama dominated. Their problem has been their inability to convert the numerous opportunities they create in the final third. That is what wins games, if you are not able to outscore your opponent.
Here comes Suleimana, got a pass there from Salim Adams. Looking to advertise something into the box there. Medeama looking for a lot of spaces. Manuel Mate dropped the ball down. Suleimana used to pick this one. And you're in the left full back position has been really working out for Medeama. It's a good block there from Kote. But again, it was a very intelligent play there from Salim Adams.
Kote has a lot to do with the Moravian rounds of Fatal Suleiman are going to cause a lot of trouble. Yakubu Dogo would need to double up in helping him defend the right hand side of the defense. But Fatal will never stop running. He's going to keep punching those loose ends in Kotoko's right back position. Kote may be an excellent player going forward, but defensively he has lots of liabilities.
First corner kick of the day going straight to the home side. Medeama FC behind the ball here. And just looking to see how they can get the rhythm up. Kotoko need to defend the corner kick here. Ball whipped into the far post once again. Dari is in. Returning to the box once again. The ball had really got off the line. Again, a bit of a hesitation there from Dari, whether to go back in or stay back in his post, and it was really not going to work out for Jacob Amu to bring the ball back into the game.
He read the situation and didn't want to take chances, but how do they allow Amu to break free? I think that the captain of the team, Samba O'Neill, would have been blamed if Amu had lawfully gotten the ball back in play.
Session ball out here for Sakadauda to pick it up. He's really been on the periphery for a very long time, Sakadauda.
A lot was expected of him joining Kotoko from before Quatano, but he hasn't really glittered.
Amwa looking to get one into the box again. A very poor cross there for him, but gets a corner kick. A little bit of a deflection coming through, and that came off for Yao Sei.
Good defensive work there coming in. Kati Brahim Tanko thinking about how his team is going to be a bit stable with regards to controlling the game. The opening minutes clearly not giving him that promise he expected from his team.
Sakadauda behind the ball here for Asante Kotoko. I was looking to the likes of Samba O'Neill, who can really score from that angle there. Thought he was pulled from behind. Samba O'Neill, a possession back to Asante Kotoko, and an extension of the elbow there, and so it's going to be a foul against Shea Menu, the youngster.
Most clearly, he felt that was a decent challenge. But Lawson is being called. The official, that was a poor touch from him. I think the extension of the arm. The officials always tell you, once you extend your arm, you give them less room to allow you to go scot-free.
Yet again, it's still goalless. Another similar foul in just succession. Shetagan, the referee Gideon Lee Kofi is trying to tell the players. And Asante Kotoko need to find a way to defend this. Medeama have a lot of their fans walking onto the TNA Park, a newly refurbished or reconstructed stadium, the home grounds for Medeama AC. Kotoko would always have to defend this one. And once again, you talk about Salim Adams and fancying a long drive. He's got some very cracking goals from similar positions. He's got behind the ball there, Fuzi Taylor, Salim Adams, and that over Tao Suleimana.
Clearly, these are players who have that ability. If Fuzi is going to go for it, it means he's going to go for an in-swinger. Salim is going to go direct. Fatau from this distance can also decide to go, but it's a bit far away.
Salim here strikes one. And I guess not lucky this time, Salim Adams.
It was always rising, he could have done better. So the technique, hitting it with the laces, trying to go for a swing and a climb as the ball moved towards the goalpost, but just looked like the outside, the edge of the outside foot hitting that ball.
Zakaria back to the defensive line once again. Sometimes you talk about the changes of Asante Kotoko and their defensive abilities, and as they try to find space. Again, Sulemana, bit of a standing very tall. Dogo missing the ball. Kotoko recycling Dogo once again in the box here. Going to be a foul.
That's quite poor decision there from Dogo Yakubu. He did not read his surroundings. He was just interested in going for the volley. Once again, a stitch in time. Saving Medeama. Jacobamu read the situation well. It was just at the right leap to get the ball away. So quite surprising, Dogo Yakubu couldn't identify his surrounding.
Yeah, we talk about the goalkeeper there, Felix Che, for Medeama FC. Very exciting young goalkeeper for the side. He's making his 15th appearance. Emmanuel Mate! Oh! It is Medeama FC! Manuel Mate makes it 1-0 for the home side. Not expecting that, but Manuel Mate will be pretty much excited. That was a wicked deflection then. Medeama wouldn't mind, and Manuel Mate can celebrate. Medeama 1, Kotoko 0.
Exactly what they were looking for. Was just looking for the drive. And look at somebody complaining that should have been a foul. And they picked it up, Manuel Mate, and it came right off the shoulder. This man there, Kelvin Obey, in between himself and Antu. There's no way Derry could have anything on that. Henry Antu, wicked deflection. And Medeama would be happy getting a goal. Against the round of play. These are the moments you need to take your chances, and Manuel Mate has picked up his moment.
Well, Manuel Mate has actually sparked the entire TNA park here with that cracking strike there for Medeama. And Asante Kotoko need to get themselves back into the game. But this is all that Medeama were looking for. The first goal inside the first 20 minutes. They've got that inside the first 15 minutes. They've got plenty of time to see if they can salvage something. And Asante Kotoko currently having their backs facing their own line, and Samba O'Neill, he was just demonstrating to the referee at least that the leading up to build up to the goal, he was fouled, and the referee ignored. And a yellow card, I guess, has been given to Henry Ansu for that complaint to referee Gideon Nikofi. And for Medeama here, it is an exciting one. A win for Medeama SC. We see them go top of the Premier League with another point there. Well, then it's been recorded as an on goal there for Medeama's Manuel Mate strike. Tell you what, yellow card to captain Samba O'Neill. And so an on goal from Henry Ansu is what officially has been recorded.
Exactly, the deflection was clear. Looked like Samba O'Neill clearly not happy, but the decision of the referee still complaining and remonstrated.
Not a happy man at all.
It's a very early in the game. Medeama will be very much settled. Kotoko would have to chase the game.
Going straight to Che and expects it up. 15 starts for Medeama SC, the goalkeeper, Felix Che. A win here for Medeama SC, see them on 53 points in the Premier League. That means they've scored as many as 38 goals and have conceded 20. And again, poor play there from Samba O'Neill. And again, Manuel Mate once again. And there's going to be yet another strike there. And it's coming through for Medeama SC.
And God knows Japas are trying to fancy his chances from a distance. Samba O'Neill clearly caught in that mix there. Couldn't focus and lost control.
Dawson. Again, trying to pick Sakadauda. Scott Sulemana to deal with. Sends it to the right-hand side and trying to drill one into the box. Gets a corner kick for his effort.
Very good offensive work there from Fatau. Did not budge at the shimmies. Decided to stand firm. Quickly stuck out his leg to make that block. Very good offensive work there from Medeama, and as much as they are in the lead, Kotoko still calmly building up and creating most of the dangerous opportunities.
Trying to get the balls in at the best of control there for the Porcupine Warriors, and so they find themselves trailing and looking to get something out of the game. And Medeama comfortable playing the ball just around themselves and trying to get a lot of men forward once again. It's always going to be the likes of Mubarak and Amu and Sulemana here. The left full back, and anytime he's charging forward, he's looking for space there. And it's always going to be Asante Kotoko conceding yet another set piece right in front of the 18-yard box, and Kevin Obing is the one who was brought down.
So clearly, Henry Antu, this was what I spoke about. Medeama would want to work around the robust and rugged nature of Kotoko's defense. Antu, Zakaria, clearly the extension of the arm on Obing's shoulder. And we're going to the tackle to try to win the ball by the excesses would always give free kicks away.
Well, the young goalkeeper Zidari picked the ball just in his own net and just picked two against Samatex. He's picked up yet another one here. Salim is always going to fancy this one, isn't he?
That's quite closer, any one of them. But I'm sure Salim Adams knows that from this territory he must be able to hit the target at least.
He's done that a couple of times. As is Dari trying to make sure the wall is pretty much intact. And there you have it. It's going to be Suleiman that drops it down. Salim Adams! But not what he was expecting.
It was quite surprising that with his technique and his ability, his hitting feels wayward. That was a miscue, an unpardonable one.
Very defensive.
That was clearly the intention of Kotoko to go long. Then they must be ready to deal with the physical and aerial qualities of Amu and Mubarak. Donzo would have a lot to do to battle those out for the long balls being sent to him.
Amu here for Kotoko. Medeama really have been very strong at home. They've scored as many as 25 goals at home, highlighting the very strong nature. And once again, they have to lose possession. Fuzi Taylor, and well read there by Ansu. And Joe, again, just being hacked from behind. God knows Japasu.
Play, that was a good steal there from Fuzi Taylor on Saka Dauda. And thankfully, Henry Antu making that block. Joe hasn't really glittered, and it's always been easy stopping Kotoko from playing. Once Joe is pushed away from the central attacking areas where he's more dangerous, he becomes very, very limited as an influence in the game in favor of the Porcupines. And that's exactly what Japasu and Fuzi Taylor are trying to do, push Kotoko and Joe deeper into their own house.
And again, the flag really got up against Dogo. Oh, just highlighting Medeama's strong home dominance. Yet again, that's a foul, the offside. So before the game there, Medeama had scored 24 goals at home. And they followed by Young Apostles with 23 goals and Dreams with 22. But now Medeama scored a goal here, makes them 25 goals at home in the Premier League. Joe and that of Che just bumping into each other. Yeah, I'll say, Medeama. Centrally, he finds Salim. Turns well. Salim was looking for space, and it's always going to be the Medeama SC. Kevin would have the feeble shot picked up by Dari. Here comes Samba O'Neill looking for some bit of support up front for Asante Kotoko. And the Porcupine Warriors do have Saka Dauda. She's been brought down, and Emmanuel Kote would want to find a way to deal with this one for Asante Kotoko. Samba O'Neill picks up the ball here, looking to have, but again, it's very far away from causing any havoc there to Medeama, and quickly Kotoko would have to give possession away. The goal scorer Manuel Mante.
That was quite a poor decision there.
Again, that's the foul there by Yawase. He's gone down with a challenge of Joe. Again, you talk about the work rate of Asante Kotoko. Yakubu Dogo is making his fourth appearance there for Asante Kotoko, the Premier League.
It's quite surprising playing him from the flanks again. Hasn't really been a featured play there. Maybe right behind the target man is where he fancies his chances. Playing ahead of Peter Miduakwa, Philip Amo. Babaya was quite a surprise. That's another waste of the set piece by Medeama again. They're not making a count. The spectator by now. One of the set pieces could have forced the save from Aziz Dari.
After 14 home games, Medeama just picked up 9 wins. We spoke about the 4 joint games and losing 1. Total 31 points. At home, Saka Dauda, and given a chance here, has got Suleiman once again, tracking him and blocking almost all the supplies, maybe to get the ball back into the box. Kote, and he wins it, not able to recover quickly to pick it up now. And Suleiman will push it out, and Medeama will keep possession once again. The movement yellow, now beginning to attack Asante Kotoko. So it's going to be, now say, looking to advertise something into the box there, and it's been brought down. The referee says it's definitely going to be a foul. Once again, Kotoko giving very needless fouls, and a yellow card once again. And Asante Kotoko have had to get 2 players. And Yakubu Dogo, he had a foul on same player. I would say he was not penalized, and this time he has to take the yellow card. Asante Kotoko have 2 players been shown the yellow card after just 26 minutes.
That was quite a late challenge there from Yakubu Dogo, trying his best to pick up on that loose end. I'll say very good run from him. Then a lot of Medeama faithful were quite worried. Kamaradini Mahmudu, who had been arguably their best right back, was moving out to Libya. I think I'll say has fit in perfectly. So opportunity for the 2 sets of teams to quickly refresh themselves. Tanko still has a lot to say to his team. Clearly not happy with the control, and for Asante Kotoko they've had, the better control of the game, but decision making in the final third has always been questionable.
There's a bit of talking to be done there by both coaches, and he's talked about the setup. He knows how strong Asante Kotoko would definitely come into the game with. And you talk about the tactics there from Yao say where he had to make sure that Samba O'Neill sit right in front of the back line. But for Medeama, all they needed to do was to get the wingers really spreading pretty wide and get the balls into a very good position to get the goal.
And I quite don't understand that you need to be playing cross-field balls, long balls, when actually you have players who can carry the ball, move the ball. You have Lawson Che, you have Yube Joe, Samba O'Neill, Yakubu Dogo wants the ball to be played on the ground. Marfin Donzo, with his hold-up play, would need someone to be picking up on the scraps. But Kotoko don't have that man yet. So you'd expect them to at least take it calm build up and get into the final areas. You can see the complaint from Samba O'Neill when Saka Dawda lost the ball, leading to this particular foul. He needs to hold up play. He needs to have a go at Fatau Sulemana. It was quite missing from the modern game players who would actually take the ball to the defenders. No, the days you trust Chastela will not retreat.
Well, Manuel Mante would love to celebrate this goal, especially seeing that Medeama would have a chance to get something out of this game here. And they have a set piece just fairly closer to the 18-yard box once again. Asante Kotoko will have to find a way to defend the lines. It's been a very difficult moment. Asante Kotoko really failed to have a shot at goal. To see a lot of moving yellow players in the box for Asante Kotoko to defend this one. Medama had scored 5 goals in the last 5 matches. It's going to be their 6th game, and so they've scored 6 goals in the last 6 games. So Asante Kotoko would have to find a way. Fuzzy Taylor behind the ball, lifts one into the box, and oh, that is brilliant! Absolutely phenomenal from Kevin Obeng. 2-0 for Medeama.
That was a very brilliant delivery there once again. Fuzzy Taylor whipping it in, an outswinger with his right foot, and Kelvin Obeng working his neck muscles after that lead to connect beautifully beyond the ridge. Overseas, Aaron Nadari, look at that delivery. He stepped up, and that was it there, close to the goalkeeper. But he stretched his elastic limit. It wasn't too close to him. You can blame the marking was quite poor inside the ball. Zakaria Husseini losing his man, but Kelvin Obeng was always going to get that on target, and Medeama have a cushion.
They are conquering everything. It is Medeama SC on a high note here at the TNA Park. Kelvin Obeng with the 2nd goal for Medeama SC. They have a cushion now. Asante Kotoko have a long way out in this game. They haven't really been on their groove there. Yakubu Dogo and trying to let one to Morfin Donsu. He's been more like a ghost in the game. Hasn't really seen plenty of the ball. Just right in front of the 18-yard box of the home side, and Asante Kotoko, Zakaria bit into it once again. Salamo with the ball here. Medeama looking for a 3rd, and so they're still going to have Ariansu coming in, and Salam holding on to the ball just in the 18-yard box. Looking for a bit of support there on the line, and gets a corner kick.
That is quite very good play there from Salam. He did not have the support he wanted. He decided to just hold up play and invite more Medeama SC players into the fray, but he still wasn't getting it. Henry also had to step in to make that. Talent, confidence growing up. Medeama finding the spaces to exploit. I think just before that was quite a nasty acrobatic kick from Zakaria Husseini. Kelvin Obeng escaping a yellow card. It's very much lucky.
There's going to be some bit of a reaction there from Asante Kotoko. Well, the very first game played at the Babayara Stadium, Medeama scored 2 goals in the first half, and Asante Kotoko left it late to draw the game 2-2.
That was in Babayara. This is the TNA.
But it is 2-0.
And it was the away time. It was the away side who went up twice. And this is the home team that has gone up twice.
But
so the
momentum. The same thing. Medeama getting 2 goals at halftime. And so now they have 2 goals with the corner kick being floated wide.
This time as the home team.
And they have 2 goals.
Exactly. The last time they were the away team with 2 goals.
Yeah, and the home team with 2 goals.
I think that this time the advantage may go their way. They have the 12th man, which is the fans.
Even in Kumasi, they didn't have the 12th man, but they got the 2 goals at the first half.
That is why they let it go. But at home, they have all it takes to continue scoring more. Kotoko in 6s and 7s, struggling to figure out what to do.
There we are too. And before the game, Medeama SC and Kotoko had accumulated same number of 0.5 in the last 5 matches. Medeama now has got 2 goals, and so they have 7 goals in 6 games. And Asante Kotoko, a lot of space up front here. Saka down that, bringing it back, looking for some bit of an advert into the box. And again, Amwa's ball to Yakubu Dogo, brings it down, and Hubert Jehu couldn't quite get it to it. And so Kotoko may have a corner kick to the advantage.
The referee says Gideon Kofi and his assistant just to give a goal kick. They fell. The final touch came off Hubert Jehu. Yakubu Dogo clearly not happy with that aerial deliveries. Who was the ball to his feet?
So you probably want to say that Asante Kotoko missing the likes of Albert Amwa, because they didn't really come into the picture with percentage of ball possession now to the advantage of the home side. And they have another cushion here. Can they get a third? It has happened. Salim Adams has made it 3-0 for Medeama inside 34 minutes. And this is becoming a nightmare for Asante Kotoko. This is a game of hallucination for Asante Kotoko, and he can't find the answers.
He's being battered by his former club. Absolutely brilliant play down the right hand side of attack. Shrugged up that. Press from Henry Ansu. Needless slide. Calvin Obey knew exactly where to find Salim Adams. And once he got into the penalty area, it was laid on the plate for him. Tapping home shouldn't have been a problem. And that is brilliant. Emmanuel Kote, Zakaria Husseini, all lost in tracking back. And it was quite easy for Salim to tackle. All the work done by Kelvin Obey. Excellent forward. And he's actually taking up the mantle from Kelvin and Nkrumah brilliantly to help Medeama win games.
This man is unstoppable in the Premier League. Salim Adams, 7 changes. Asante Kotoko losing to Samatex. Hamzata Musa out, Patrick Asiedu out, Albert Amwa out, Babayaya out, Adam Inusa out, Peter Midwakwa out, and Prince Bedu out. And Asante Kotoko just are not able to recover from the shock defeat to Samatex, and now they are down by 3-0 with the introduction of Yakubu Dogo, Morphin Donsu, Saka Dauda, Joseph Amwa, Menu Lawson, Hussein Zakaria, and Henry Kwame Ansu. This changes has nightmarized Asante Kotoko against Medeama.
There's quite a breaking chemistry, quite a breaking flow. When Kotoko made those 6 changes, it was always not going to go their way. Looks like Menu holding on to his groin. He may not be able to continue.
This is a game over for them.
As Ali they see if they're able to get at least a consolation in this half, could spur them on to come back in the second half and get a couple more, just like they did in the first leg when Medeama were 2-0 up. And at the TNA, this is a Herculean task. Doesn't look like Lawson Menu Jr. can continue with the game. Clutching onto his groin area. He may not be able to finish the opening half. It's one of the youngsters Kotoko looking up to for the future. But clearly has been battered by Medeama's quality midfield in this particular game. Virtually no answers for himself. Samba O'Neill and Hubert Jehu. Or Prince also might be thinking, did I make a mistake in making the wholesome changes?
Go score, Salim Adams, yeah. Again, charging on the right hand side is Medeama SC. And you have the like of Yawase, and the ball really crossing the line. becoming one-way traffic in the game, isn't it?
Clearly, Medeama in total control of this. Kotoko have virtually no answers. And Salim Fuzitela coming to play. Finding the channels. Kotoko seems extremely loose. There's no compactness. And the long balls are being played to Medeama. SC's advantage. Kotori is going to be quite difficult for them to beat. Jacob Abu Mensah and Mubarak Yusuf, as well as Salim. Even Fuzitela battles very well aerially. Just look at the distance between the press from Donzo and Kotoko's midfield. Acres of space for Medeama. Luxury for them to build up.
Another win for Medeama. That was what they were looking for, and a bit with the second goal. And Kote has also been a little bit lethargic in the game, especially with his position. Morfin done so with the control here. And Dogo in the box and looking to turn on the left. Dogo! Once again, it's to the crossbar, and it's a corner kick with a fingertip to it by Felix Che.
Fantastic save there by Felix Che. Sharp reflexes, brilliant play from Dogo. Look at that. That was quite a leap to make a tap to that ball. I'm sure it would have grazed over the crossbar. And clearly, this is what Dogo wants. The ball to his feet and not aerially.
Oh, Theo want to find themselves in the game. Asante Kotoko to the near post. Dogo once again not able to control well. And Medeama will have to have the head to put onto the ball. And Kevin Obing once again wins the aerial tackle. The last 5 minutes of the game to play for the Porcupine Warriors. Fuzzy Taylor, the provider of the second goal. Kotoko drop into the fifth position with 43 points. Medeama also moving up. There's 10 points above Asante Kotoko Medeama SC.
Again, Kotoko giving chip fouls away. To see Kote there a bit frustrated.
Taylor, Sulemana, Mante, not a comfort with which Medeama shooting the balls, and Asante Kotoko struggling to win it back, and Medeama would have to get their goalkeeper involved, and there's going to be a foul against Asante Kotoko.
Kotoko having a lot to chase.
Again, it seemed to be a little bit of a confusion there, and there's a red card to one of the technical men of Asante Kotoko.
That is the team manager, Frank Boateng. He's just replaced Amos Frimpong, the former captain of the team, who has moved on to pursue other opportunities.
Down so. Finds Kote here, Sulemana on him.
That was quite a strong challenge there from Fatal Sulemana, not giving anything to chance.
Asante Kotoko now have to have O'Neill looking for Amwa, dragging one to Morfin Donso. Poor control there from the centre forward.
Well, the decision making from him was quite poor. We expected him to go in with the right foot to keep it quite close. Decided to go with the left foot, and with the speed of the ball from the captain, really trying to play it in between the lines. Just gave it away.
It tells you how Coach Tanko Ibrahim set the team up for this game, and he spoke extensively about them having control of the ball and making sure that they draw Asante Kotoko out of the defensive line and hurt them where they least expected, and they've really done that. So it's been a very comfortable first half there for Medama SC.
There's a game of football. When you have your opportunities, you need to make them count, and as much as you may not be the favorites in terms of, you know, holding up the ball and possession, that is what Medeama have made count. The opportunities that they had, they capitalized on it. They had Kotoko right in the moment when they were actually in control and looked more like the more dominant team.
Zakaria, Samba O'Neill on a yellow card. You really have to be very careful. Yeah, I'll say he's got a lot of blitzing pace on the right, and the step overs there. Osei and try to go solo. Again, 2 minutes about the time we are picking in the signals from the fourth official.
So distant run once again by Osei, by the final decision and execution, little to be desired.
Well, that's the confirmation of the additional time. And once again, Asante Kotoko without to ban the goalkeeper. It's going back in the game. So it's going to be a very tough one there for the Pokemon Warriors into this game, and they haven't been able to come back and show their prowess in the game. And Dogo pulled through on the right hand side. And Suleiman has been very solid, looking to prevent him from getting the balls into the box. And it's always going to be Mubarak, who's the header here. Amwa. Sakadauda, and the sort of influence we expect from Sakadauda in the game hasn't really come to the table yet. Amwa not really delivering the sort of crosses that Asante Kotoko need in the box. Yet again, the Melbourne yellow side will have to now move some Salam on the ball here. In waiting centrally is Kevin, looking for some of the support, tracks the ball back, delivers to Kevin, and then Kevin! Good save. Was left all alone in the 12-yard area and decided to go spectacular on himself, and as his Dario was there to pick it up, as Asante Kotoko once again showing your weakness in defending their goal area.
It's quite surprising they're chasing the game. And Medeama have left most of their dangerous players upfield. They only need 2 or 3 passes. Well, strung together. That was quite a distant opportunity for them to head a fourth.
There comes Akubudogo. Sulemana really stayed positive, and Mano Kote here. O'Neill. I was looking for some space. Asante Kotoko looking to hit something here. Kote emphasizes a cross into the box, and nobody in particular to do with it, a corner kick. And Sakadauda was just miles away from attacking that ball.
That has been the difficulty, even with the deliveries, the number of players you see and their positioning to even attack the ball. Sakadauda way off. No one attacking the deliveries. That is given Medeama that luxury of time and space to clear the ball.
Well, so the story here is that the gold-plated match week 29 match between Medeama SC and Asante Kotoko has lived up to the billing. The home side Medeama SC exposed Asante Kotoko. Manuel Mante with the first goal and Kevin Obeng with the second, and then it was really sealed by Salim Adams. This is the story. Asante Kotoko have come to Medeama to tell their fortunes in the Ghana Premier League, but they will have to come back in the next 45 minutes. But already this man tried his luck there, was grazed the crossbar, and a red card already shown to the team manager of Asante Kotoko. At halftime here at the Takwatiene Park, it is Medeama AC3, Asante Kotoko nil.
Perfect game from Medeama. That was
Yeah, well, back in the studios, the statistics tell the story. I mean, 56% possession played by the home side, which tells you that Kumasi Asante Kotoko have really labored in this game with just 44%. But I've got the two coaches, Yao Preko, Yao Achiampong, in the studio. If we can keep the stats on just for a minute so they can pass quick comments. Yeah, let me start with you, Yao Achiampong. I mean, these statistics clearly tell us that Medeama are in charge.
Yeah, they are in charge. They are in charge because the first 15 minutes, I think both teams are playing very well. Then all of a sudden, Kotoko OP their team, and then I don't know the way they want to move on the field of play. They allow Medeama to start better from defense to midfield, and then they attack.
Okay.
And then Kotoko defense, to me, I think they are slow. They give a lot of opportunities to Medeama. I think Medeama also took their chances. All the chances they have, they make good use of their chances. And then now it's very difficult for Kotoko to come back. Now Medeama,
it's going to be tough for them to come back.
They are dominating the
Yeah, Preko, for example, I mean, Kotoko have not had one single shot on target.
Only one.
Not one.
Only one shot from that Dongo boy. Only one
and
shot.
That's just about it.
Yeah, and it came in the 40th minute. 40th minute, yes. 40th minute, one shot on target, and that's the only shot on target from Kotoko. The whole 90th. And you look at the ball possession. If you're not watching the match and you listen on radio, you might think Kotoko is in the game. They are just, in terms of possession, they are just keeping the ball. They are not hurting Medeama. Sure. Medeama are doing more of and what Tanko is brave, because he started with 4-4-2. So you could see anytime they break from the middle, then it's 1v1. Two defenders from Kotoko against two strikers from Medeama. It's 1v1. And they had 1v1 for the whole 45 minutes of. And I'm surprised Kotoko is not allowing their holding midfielder. If Samba is the one playing as a 6, he needs to hold so that they can balance. Because Medeama is playing. If they are playing 4-4-2, that means they are one man short in the middle.
Yeah, I think that is why it is very difficult for Samba to even hold.
Yes. But if they are playing 4-4-2 and they are one man short in the middle, you need your holding midfielder to stay to detect the game from there and make sure he support or else when the ball is on the left side, you let your if Medeama is attacking from the left side, then you let your right back, your left back to tuck in. And then you defend with 3 back. But how they are playing, always when a ball is floated to Obeng up front, then it's always 1v1. And you can see what's the name? Ansu is rusty.
I mean, Ansu has been out of the game.
He's rusty.
Ansu has been more of a liability.
And you look at the midfield
in this game. It's not there.
Kotoko midfield, there's nothing to write home about. Medeama is controlling the face of the game, and you could see they had a couple of set pieces which didn't go very well, but the one that he was able to execute it very well. They had a goal from it, and it was a beautiful goal. Casemiro and Bruno Fernandes, we've been seeing this kind of movement, telepathy from training. Sure. I'll move to the first pole, you hit it there, and I go to
and then you do the rest.
It shows how good that Obin boy, he worked under Yao here. Yeah. So I think he has learned a lot, and I'm happy to see him, showing us that we still have strikers in the system.
Sure. It's good to see. I mean, the players come out with their best, especially on occasions like this when you have a big team visiting and all eyes, the focus is on you. Because again, like we started before that we got into the game, we all saw what the league table looks like and how important it is to pick up the points, especially when you are playing at home, because it gives you that kind of leverage. But Moving into the second half, I'm expecting that we might even hear from the coaches after the halftime whistle. Once my producer gets the green light, we will be joining them. But going into the second half, what is Prince, that's the head coach of Kotoko, doing wrong? Not me. But the head coach of Kotoko. He's also called Prince. Yeah, I have to make that correction because I live close to Yawa Chempo and I know what he can do. But what is he doing wrong?
Yeah, I think...
what is he doing wrong? Now, what should he do right?
Now, I think Medeama, in the early stages of the game, it's like the players are panicking a little bit. But now they are in full control of the game. Now the confidence is also there. So I think Kotoko have to change their strategy now because a team that can build from defense to midfield and then to attack, they always lose their balls. They can't even possess 1 or 2 or 3 games.
So it's amazing.
I think they have to bring people in a little bit to support.
Do they have a bench?
Yeah, I think Baba Yaya and the rest are at the bench. They can come in to support the midfield a little bit because Medeama has taken the midfield. They are in full control of the game and now they are dictating the pace of the game now. So I think fresh legs have to come in so that they will save themselves from the embarrassment. Because for a very long time, I haven't seen Kotoko like this. First half 3-0. We don't know what will happen in the second half. So some fresh legs have to come in to save the situation.
Well, viewers, sit back and relax. We will do a very quick break, and when we come back, we'll be joining the second half of the game. Please do stay with us. Don't go anywhere.
Drinks, a whole new vibe, another quality product from Casa Precon.
This advert is FDA approved.
Buy now, pay later policy is here to help you. For phones, bring your Ghana card, your voter's ID, or your driving license. Make a 30% deposit, and you are good to go home with your brand new phone. Also, if you want an appliance to buy, you need to make 40 to 50% deposit. Bring your Ghana card, your voter's ID, or your driving license. Additionally, you need to provide a copy of your electricity bill receipt, either soft copy or hard copy. Your delivery installation because it's free. When Max buy now, pay later, you need to go to our shop to do it. You can go to locations as shown on your screen. You can also call us on 0594 091 122. Shop now and pay later with ease. Max Buy, making shopping easy for you.
All right, you're welcome back from the break, and just gone by, my guest and I were having a chit-chat about what should be done for the second half. Let's make a quick dash to the Takwana Bosso Stadium. I understand that the assistant coaches are ready to tell us their thoughts on the first 45 and probably give us an insight into what they intend to do in the second half. Let's take a listen to what they had to say.
By the assistant coach of Medeama, Pius Greer. Pius, I mean, do you think that first goal, that early goal you scored, actually did the magic for you?
Well, I think each moment counts in the game. So I think picking the goal from the 15th minute, I think that's worth a lot. And then we worked for. So we need to. I think it was a gateway. So I think I'm not surprised. We just added, and I think both teams are playing very good football, and then we in to win this game.
You are leading by 3-0. Does that make it done and dusted for you in the second 45 minutes? And how are you going to approach that?
Well, it's not done. If I should say it's done, then I think I'm not being real to the game. Each moment counts in the game. I think Liverpool, AC Milan, 205. That can never come back. So we changing nothing, but we rather have to add more urgency and energy in order to make sure we're not going to be complacent, make sure the game is done.
Well, we thank you very much, Pius Gura. He is the assistant coach of Medeama SC. I'll be joined by the goalkeepers coach of Kotoko shortly, that is Joseph Ba, to actually assess the first 45 minutes. They are down by 3-0 and not a good one for the Porcupines, who are aiming to close the gap on those at the top. So let's see what happens in the second 45 minutes. But I've been joined by the assistant coach, not the assistant coach, the goalkeepers trainer of Asante Kotoko, Joseph Ba. Joseph, I saw you and the entire bench raging and disagree with how the first goal came about. What was really the issue?
Yeah, really we thought it was a foul against the Medeama player, but that is football. The referee decided to play on, so.
Okay, but you considered 2 more goals. Do you think your team has been slow with the start that they had?
No, I think we lose a little bit of focus, and that causes the 2 goals. So, the first half is for them. The second half, we are going to see how best we are going.
Just like in Kumasi, they took a 2-0 lead, then you guys came back.
Yeah.
Do you still hope? Are you of the view that you can still come back with the quality you have?
That's our hope. That we can.
So what needs to change in the second half?
I think we have to get more men up front, and we don't have to give them space in the middle. That is the only thing. We have to get more men up front. And
Joseph, thanks very much.
Well, you heard from the 2 technical brains, and I guess my panel members in the studio agree with what goalkeepers trainer Joe Ba is saying. Don't give them that opportunity. Get a lot of men up front, a lot of pace. But then the question I asked Yao before we switched over to TNA, if they do have the players, yes, they do have some players on the bench, but can they match up to the kind of tactics that the coach would want to employ, especially in the second half? And you don't need to give your opponent that much room to operate. Medeama are playing at home, so they are very, very comfortable. And reading or from looking at Tanko's gestures, it looks like the status quo would probably remain and it will be on course. When it happens like that, can you stop the winning coach?
No. At the moment, they are cruising. They are cruising. But like you said, football is 2 halves.
Sure.
And the first 20 minutes, especially the first 15 minutes inside the second half, you need to be cautious. You need to take control over the game. You don't allow Kotoko into the game.
This, for example, was just an unfortunate goal.
Yeah.
But this was Medeama also taking their chances.
This is what they were looking for. The opportunity to get an early goal. And like I said, it doesn't matter how it came about.
Okay.
All you need to see is the ball at the back of the net. And fortunate, it opened up the game. Like that, open game.
Sure.
And you see, they were hoping for a foul here.
They didn't get.
Yes.
But Kotoko just kept going forward.
Exactly.
Wicked deflection. It resulted in the first goal. We'll be joining the action shortly, but let's take a few of the comments that you have shared with us. And Yeboah Michael Z4T says, the man Prince Owusu doesn't even look like a coach. Shia. Oh, people.
Kumasi people.
Portal Sonic says, 3 goals in 20 plus minutes is a blasphemy. Woo. Sports Messiah also says 3-0 in the first half. Wow. Then another one says, I started watching at like the 36th minute. Somebody, Portal Sonic is also asking, why is Kotoko playing like this? Ajimandang Gote says, these Kotoko players are the most useless players ever in Asante Kotoko history. Well, sometimes some of these comments really do not help, although I must admit that if you're a die-hard fan of Kotoko, then you must sit and sit up well. Let's join the half for the second 45 minutes. Will come your way again at 90.
And this is where the next 45 minutes will define the future of Coach Prince Owusu.
And that is quite going to be difficult. So if you tell me his future has already been defined, because he's going to leave at the end of the season, trust you me. His now Coach Kotoko are going to look forward to go the marathon with him. He's just handling things till the end of the season. And, you know, this is a testament that he's not a Coach Kotoko can very well trust to take over for the next couple of seasons. And it's been a battering here. A total annihilation in the opening 45 minutes.
Well, Asante Kotoko really trying to consider some tweaking into their setup. And then we're picking signals that Yakubu Dogo might be pulled out of the game, and in his place there will be taking over that Peter Miduakwa. And so quickly Asante Kotoko really want to respond and respond well. Not the best of first out there for this young man, yet only one shot that rattled the crossbar. He's really played a cameo role. His 4 starts of the season there for Asante Kotoko and lasted just 45 minutes.
Well, clearly quite unfortunate for him. They didn't play to suit his style. And when they started playing to suit his style, it was getting to the ends of the first half. Now they have Peter Amido, one of their trusted, forward players. And he instigated that Kotoko comeback in the first leg. Well, wait to see if his introduction can spark any positivity.
Medeama not changed, remains same from the first half, and Asante Kotoko just a single change there and looking to respond to the 3-0 they picked up in the first half. There's Felix Che here, the goalkeeper, and his confidence level is just soared because his team is really...
Sure, he might have come with a different approach now. It's either to go at Medeama trying to get consolation and spark a comeback, or what, as the coaches will say, to shut the shops and limit the damage that could be eventually caused by Medeama.
Sulemana get the left back position, tight and neat there for Medeama. Mano Mante back to Salim Adams. Once again, there's a little bit of control there for the home side, and as they drag the game forward here, Medeama are looking to find that simple piece of the puzzle there to get the balls into the half there. And so once again, Dari to Amwa. Hamid Wakwa has been pulled back there by Yawase. Again, changes there made by Asante Kotoko in the second half, and they always want to find a way to get the players back into the game. Hasn't really worked to perfection, and Che Menu has been really much difficult dealing with it. Morphine Donsu here, but quick defensive work there. Mubarak clearly blocking his attacking move.
Hubert once again trying to create from deep in midfield. That is what Medeama have done very well, and the teams who have played Kotoko in the last couple of games keep him out of the main action areas, and you limit his impact and influence in the game for Kotoko.
Asante Kotoko has won only once. They have drawn 2 of the games and lost 2 in the last 5 away games. They came with a 2-0 win over Young Apostles and a draw with the Aduana and BBN Gold Stars. And a 1-0 defeat to Karela, as well as 3-1 defeat to Heart of Lions. They're scoring 3 goals and conceding 4 in the last 5 away matches. And now they have conceded 3, making it 7 goals conceded in the last 6 away matches. Mante and gets a quick corner kick in the second half.
He's actually having a very good game. He works tirelessly and he's been everywhere, making sure he waits possession and starts to build up the attack. It's been their first line of creating from midfield. Kotoko are failing to have anything to pin him down.
Well, Suleimana once again has been a very strong force for Medama in this Premier League season. There's a lot of weight on him in terms of his deliveries into the box and how they have to push it very short in the game here. Suleimana drops one into the box and some is going to be picked up here. Medama not in a hurry to get the balls in, really trying to still maintain their composure. Mubarak, Yusuf. Kotoko really having a little bit limited number of players who scored 33 goals in the league. Samba O'Neill is a leading player in the game. He's now playing as a holding midfielder. It's going to be a little bit of a notch on Hibejo by Mante.
The outstretched elbow there from Mante, giving that foul away.
Ansu. Amwa. Once again, it's a very poor play there from Amwa after doing almost everything right. Trying to go in with a foul here, but Salam would have to strike off the attack, and it's going to be Medama once again, and Salim Adams make it 4! A brace for the young man, and Asante Kotoko once again conceding a very, very clumsy goal. Ball lost in the midfield, and when Salam picked it up, he wriggled his way through and found Salim Adams in that case of space. All he had to do was to plant the ball behind the goalkeeper, Zidari, and Asante Kotoko. They have been dusted here. This man simply did the right job. Look at the space there for Salim Adams. He couldn't have missed from this range.
That was a brilliant piece of play there from Salam, shrugging off 3 tackles, showing great strength, picked up the pass. Salim always finding himself in the right position at the right time. Look at that run from Kelvin Obey, opening up the space, and it was easy for Salim to just pluck the ball into the right bottom corner. Brilliant play there from Salam. Great show of strength, and the vision for the pass, easy for Salim. 2 perfectly wet goals for Medeama in the last 20 minutes of the game. And Salim, each time was there to finish up.
He's tactically mastered and outclassed Prince Yawowusu of Asante Kotoko. Ibrahim Tanko not made a change yet, but at least he's found the 4th goal for Medeama. And Amidu Akwa, who was just introduced into the game, hasn't yet found a space to come out and show his prowess. Shea here for nodded off by Jakwasu. Again, it's a thinking time. There's a lot of changes that Asante Kotoko looking to make in Babayaya. I'm hoping he might be getting a call here, because it's becoming that embarrassing that for Asante Kotoko. They certainly can't find the antidote.
It's going to be quite difficult, and just like I said earlier, it's now time for them to actually try to limit the damage that will be caused by Medeama. They try to go all out, and then any consequences that could come, either concede more or you cut down on the humiliation.
Salam also trying his luck from long range.
He's actually having quite a very good game. Going to fancy his chance from a distance.
Only looking at Asante Kotoko, might want to think that they're playing with 10 men, but there's nobody here who's been shown the red card. Lost in Shea Menu, and a very long ball. It's been headed back into the game. Salim Adams, 2 goals, finds Salam, and Salam Abdul, again he shrugged off yet another attack, and he gets a foul, and as Asante Kotoko once again just can't find a way to stop the marauding rounds over Medama SC.
He's unplayable. Great show of strength and pace. You can see worries on the face of Kotoko bench. Lawson Chairman, who did his best, but too strong, even from behind. So the nutmeg can look like an opportunity for him to rest. Difficult times for the Kotoko technical team.
Well, really mature young goalkeeper. There's nothing he can do. Just conceding some very difficult goals there. And for Asante Kotoko, they still have a lot of work to do. 15 players have contributed to Medeama's goals in the Premier League. Salim Adams, top scorer for the club. Now he scored 2 goals, making it 8 goals. And Kamaradini Mahmoudou, he's led for Al Hilal in Sudan on 6 goals. Kingsley Bryan and Abdul Salam, he scored 4 goals each. Emmanuel Wusu with 3 goals, and Derry Forju and Kevin Obeng, he scored today. He scored 3 goals. There's always going to be the mini conference with the players to how they're going to deal with the set piece, and once again it's going to be Aziz Haruna Dari to find a way to stop Medeama from getting a fit goal. Fuzzy Taylor, here's got Salim, Fuzzy Taylor, Salim, Suleimana, all of them in the mix there, but it's going to be Salim to see Fuzzy Taylor, and again pushed away by Arun Aziz Dari, and Kotoko appear to come out with something, and it appears that once again they have to make a double substitution. That's where the team decided to go with the set piece here. So the double substitution there, Prince Bedu is in. And I tell you what, there's a Hubert Jehu who is going to be pulled out, and Prince Bedu would have to find a way to come in. And also Henry Ansu taking signals is going to be pulled out, yes, and it is going to be Babaya coming in as well.
Well, it's quite a surprise what he's trying to do, but Prince Bedu comes in to help with some steal, which means Samba O'Neill drops into defense as Henry Ansu is substituted. Now Babaya steps in right behind Murphy and Dozo to try and create in between the lines. That's probably the ideal setup many were expecting from Prince Yaosu before the start of the game. He's been forced to go back to it.
It's 4-0. Asante Kotoko still not able to create any chance. So far, tell you what, they haven't been able to create any chance that probably would tell you they want to get a goal from it.
And that is all because of the setup, the way and manner in which they approach the game. There was too much space in between the attacking line, especially the centre forward, Murphy Donzo, and central midfield, Jau Lawson, were all so far away from him. He couldn't have a distinct shape. Now looking at the distance between the press from Babayaya, Prince Bedu, and then Murphy Donzo, it looks more closer than before.
Salim. Samba O'Neill has been fouled there. Kotoko with 41% possession there, 59 to Medeama. Let's get into the second half, and very sad situation as to how the Porcupine Warriors have worked themselves in the game. It's going to be a good win there for Medeama SC here at the TNA Park. Kote. Donsu was the target here. Kotoko picking up possession. The referee really looking at it for a bit of a foot-high tackle.
Tomorrow Findozo, he's had very little supply, especially as a centre forward. If he's not fed enough, you don't expect him to have any impact in this game.
In terms of home form in the Premier League, Medeama SC, ranked the 4th best in the Premier League. And Abaya once again is always going around solo on the ball, and it's being crowded out there with Salim Adams. Medama really have to show some prowess there, and he wants to go in with a strike here, but it's going to be lost in Che. Menu also looking to write his name here. Peru. Another ball into the box and attacked beautifully, and Salim Adams picks it up for Medama SC, and it's going to be a chase here. And Amwa with a header.
They got rid of the ball there. Medeama with a quick switch as they know exactly where to find Abdul Salam whenever they win possession. Was actually be given Kotoko's defense lots of problems.
Yaosei. Japasu. Fusi Taylor. It's Gold Stars and Holy Stars. One of the teams in terms of their performance at home. Gold Stars and Holy Stars lead with 38 and 35 points there. Manuel Mante is likely to be pulled out, picking up some bit of information there. And Japasu would also have to be pulled out as well. And Prince Owusu will likely be the player to be given a chance here, and so there's a change that is coming in. And so Prince Owusu, he really made a huge mark in the match against Medeama United. His introduction changed the complexion of the game, where Medeama quickly came into the game with a goal, at least to change the narrative of that match as well.
What Ibrahim Tako is trying to do with the substitution is to create a lot more control for his team in midfield. Also has that ability to hold on to the ball, dribble and create chances. So one player who got an opportunity to be with Otoado's Black Stars. And the last couple of games he struggled to make it into the team.
Kabaya, Joseph Amwa, Amidu Akwa, Shaymenu back to Amwa. Kotoko looking to find space here. Kabaya, Amidu Akwa. Seem to be getting something out of this game, Asante Kotoko, especially with the introduction of the players that the head coach looked to change a lot of things, and Saka Dauda used to combine well with Amidu Akwa some seasons back. O'Neill. And Abayaya. Peter Amidu Akwa. Amwa once again. And here comes Amidu Akwa. Kotoko looking for that small space right at the behind the back line again. A very poor play there for Abayaya.
And that is what he offers you, that ability to run in between the pockets of spaces. His passing is very much crisp. The two players have that pace, have that understanding, and quick switch in between there, but Mubarak making sure he covered the pattern of play with his experience. And it's quite surprising to see Kotoko not having any effort on target after an hour of play.
So Marfin Donsu making his 29th appearance for Asante Kotoko since joining the club. Not scored plenty though, but Asante Kotoko may have a chance now, and so it's not going to be Saka Dauda's day, and it's going to be yet another corner kick advantage.
That was quite a brilliant ball there from Joseph Amwa. He knew exactly to make that quick pass to find Saka Dauda. Poor touch from Saka. to start with, but good cover from Jacob Abumensa.
And Medama really have kept 12 clean sheets this season, and all coming from Felix Che. This is going to be his 13th clean sheet if it ends this way. And again, ball attacked here, but picked up a Prince Owusu. And Asante Kotoko backtracking at the moment. Salim was trying to look for Fuzi Taylor.
That was quite a poor decision there from Salim. I think he was expecting Fuzi to continue the run. Decided to stop.
Well, this season he's been one of the most exciting players there for Medama. He's contributed to a lot of goals the club has scored in the season.
He's been one of the brilliant players from his days at Accra Lions. Tanko knows him well. He was his coach. Just when he made that switch, he decided to get him on board, and he's arguably been one of the most enterprising midfielders this season. It became quite difficult for him to try and build up the connection with Manuel Mante. And then Salim after the injury to Emmanuel Owusu. But he's weatherly.
To the referee, probably might have been pushed from behind a youngster, 17 years of age, with Asante Kotoko.
The 17-year-old shows lots of promise. He's technically gifted. You can see he needs to build up the experience a lot more time. To the luxury of space, the introduction of Prince Bedu has offered him moving high up the pitch, because he knows he has a very decent cover in Bedu. You can also take Medeama have taken a little bit of the steam away from the game. Not in a rush. The intensity that they played with in the opening stages, they don't want to exert that same level of energy. Don't forget, over the weekend, they play against Dreams FC in the FA Cup.
Yeah, so this really done a lot. Yeah, getting 4 goals. Job done, maybe.
Good more up, yeah.
25 more minutes to go, and so they still are looking to make sure they cement the scoreline. They are probably now looking at what's going to be lying next in the Premier FA Cup. And they play those matches at the Stranger Park. I'll say Saints 1-in, and oh, lovely connection there from Kevin Obeng. Asante Kotoko do have the player down. Asante Kotoko scoring 34 goals, second highest in the league, and now they have conceded 4 goals. And so that's
so Zakaria Husseini. Good whip there once again by Osei. To Kelvin Obeng, making sure he had at least a touch first to the ball. Kotoko always late to challenge for these duels.
Kotoko conceding 22 goals after scoring as many as
it's clever defensive
goals as well. But again, it's a very good run there from Asante Kotoko's Marfin Donto, and so they need to really find a way to attack this corner kick. It tells you the demeanor of the players of Asante Kotoko. Really not happy about their scoreline and how they approach the game. Hasn't really been that exciting for them. They seem to have themselves in a very tight area, so they're expecting to see more there. Another ball crossed into the box, and so it's going to be yet another foul here. Asante Kotoko just couldn't quite get themselves out. Salim Adams, the man was brought down.
Seems to have picked up the knock from that challenge inside the penalty area. That is very much okay.
So that's where the foul
That's
came in.
a collision between Prince Bedu and Samba O'Neill being sandwiched there, Salim.
Marfin Donto. And now they have possession as they charge forward. And it is going to be an opportunity for the home side to see if a fit goal will be coming in. Sulemana Fatau. So Medeama once again have to see a lot of other balls there. They have made the TNA Park one of the top 4 cheers in the Premier League. They've scored 28 goals so far here and have conceded 9. As Morphine Dons has been given a chance here, and Felix Shea would have to really mop things up for Medeama.
Good goalkeeping, read the situation. Sweeper keeper, but that delivery. Looking for the run of Morphine Dons, a little bit overhead. And that is the disservice they are doing to the team and the striker. Not offering him any opportunity like Medeama have offered Salam to be a lot more times on the ball.
Good chance there for, and that's probably going to be his last contribution to the game. Yeah, I would say. It appears that they may have a substitution coming in, and that's it. He just knew he couldn't really try on the ball there, and so it is going to be Ebenezer Nkrumah who's going to be given a chance here. So that's the final contribution of the right full back.
Clearly a like-for-like substitution there. Not much will change.
And the best of control there from Emmanuel Kote. Mante. Still going to be Asante Kotoko trying to defend their lines here. Possession picked up by Fatal Sulemana. Here comes Fuzi Taylor. Salim Adams. Let's say back to Mubarak. Would have possession. Salim Adams in control. And here comes Asante Kotoko's way of defending the lines, and Prince Owusu couldn't quite control well. And here comes Mante once again. Mante looking for space here. And ball just gone off the line. Is there going to be a corner kick advantage? Yes, it is.
And try surprising decision making between himself and his centre back. They felt that ball was not going to go over the line. He tried to do his best, keep it and play. It was late to it. Nothing seemed to be working for Kotoko. Aziz Dari, very little you can blame him for the goals the Porcupines have conceded today.
Fuzi Taylor. Prince Owusu could pass there to Fuzi Taylor, back facing the goalpost, and there to recycle the ball here. And Salim. Sulemana being pressed there by Asante Kotoko. And Medeama winning back possession. Asante Kotoko again just couldn't get the ball away from them. But again, they still have had to see plenty of possession, Medeama SC, and how they still are hungry for the fifth goal.
Prince also there trying to capitalize on that loose control from Lost in Che Menu.
So there's a Wusu. But again, you talk about Amo's contribution so far.
So from trying to do his best to moderate and get himself into a good position, trying to quickly find Marfin Donzo. It's another misplaced pass
That's just one of these most games in the Premier League where Asante Kotoko have seen some bit of a difficult moment. And we did look into this fixture, knowing that for Medeama it's always going to be party time. They just needed this win so badly, at least in terms of the title chase with Gold Stars.
It's quite a positive one for them. That result, that late goal, the penalty in between was very much enough to keep them high up and intent coming into this game, and knowing that Gold Stars had fallen to Aduana FC just 2 days ago as a must-win against Kotoko.
It appears the players themselves have just succumbed to the 4-0 scoreline. They really not been that aggressive and hungry enough in terms of what they want to do if they have a chance of getting yet another goal back in the game, are they?
Well, there's little opportunity for them to come back into the game. Quickly thinking about how they're going to shut up the shop but not concede anymore. Medeama would like to conserve the energy, try to keep possession a lot more. And if they're able to find the right spaces, the right time, they'll just get a fifth to crown it all up.
With just a quarter of an hour to play for, it's 4-0 for the home side. The momentum of the game may be a little bit down, but for Medeama, they would care none of that. They have the way to show. That's a very cynical tackle there. Absolutely not the best of tackle there. And the yellow card maybe will be coming out to Prince Owusu and Samba O'Neill would have to come in and calm things down. And a yellow card also flashed to Babayaya.
And that was quite cynical there from Kelvin Obey. But the reaction from Babayaya plays the malicious tackle. The players need to be careful. These are the kind of tackles you commit outside and will be reviewed by the VAR and could possibly be a red card, because it was just the start showing directly onto the knee of Babaya. That is quite dangerous.
Sakadauda. It's Babaya. And again, Medeama's effort here for corner kick.
He's actually been the most enterprising player for Kotoko as much as he spent just the second half of the game.
Sakadauda runs again, heads the ball out. It's Felix Shea who's picked it up. Well, the likes of Samba O'Neill and Albert Amo and Morfin Donsu on 5 goals each. Hubert Joe and Peter Amidu Kwame Poku, all of them have scored, and Johnson Owusu with 3. The players mentioned here have already contributed to Asante Kotoko 30 goals for this season, and it's going to be Aziz Dari's ball.
Got rid of the situation, coming out to pick it up. So quite a good run there from Abdul Salam. He's a player who played for Future Stars in Kwamo in the Division 1. And when Ibrahim Tanko made the quick switch, quickly decided to bring him on board to help augment his attack.
And now it's going to be Asante Kotoko's Sakadauda. And down on to Ben 1. And got out.
He knew exactly what he was trying to do. So goalkeeper Felix Shea out of his goalpost, just onto the edge of the goalkeeper's area. But very good block there from captain Mubarak Yusuf to push the ball out for a corner kick.
So it's going to be the likes of Kevin Obeng, the man who got the second goal. He's just going to be replaced with for Joe, and Fuzi Taylor is also going to be taken up. As we have the range tumbling down here at the CNA Park, and still going to be a conversation here about Medeama's efforts in the game and how Asante Kotoko have really crumbled in this game. And Fuzi Taylor has played his part. He's been a very excellent player there for Medeama.
He's been quite brilliant, he's been quite intelligent.
I tell you what, a very bit of mixed feelings there for Isaac Amwako, former goalkeeper of Asante Kotoko. And he's not a goalkeeper trainer for Medeama as Fuzi Taylor and Kevin not being out. Richard Apia, he's been given a chance to come in together with Derek Fojo. Very wins possession. Samba O'Neill needs to move the ball to the far side. Babayaya has got Suleiman and he just slips there and there's a foul against him. We're just into the last 10 minutes of this game. Medeama lead by 4 goals to 0.
Doesn't go back. Can also say Medeama have taken advantage of it. Lots of fouls. Medeama SC. Team played fouls in the attempt to win possession.
Ten minutes already gone and into the last minutes of the game, and Medeama once again charging in. Prince Owusu. Asante Kotoko really back in their own half defended, Kelvin.
Obviously, at this point in time, all you need to do to try and limit the damage. If you open up too much, there could be a 5th goal. That'll be more damaging than the earlier 4 conceded.
Well, so this is the TNA Park and the most exciting time for the fans of Medeama SC. We've got a lot of visitors also in the stadium watching. The best coach Prince Owusu Asante Kotoko, and here again is a foul here, and Mano Mante probably had fought something on his below his belly there. But tell you what, in terms of statistics, therefore, Prince to the head of Asante Kotoko. For these fans of Medeama SC, party
supportive. Very well from the first minute. It's quite just after the half time decided to move from behind the goalpost of Kotoko to the other side. We expected to at least stay there for the second half, but they've just decided to make the switch to the other end. Still wanting to stay behind the goalpost of Asante Kotoko.
Joseph Amwa, Sakadauda. Yeah, Baba. The power here. Almost everything in the game. We've seen plenty. They really have been embarrassing. Medeama side. Mante really Salim Adams. Up here, cutting on the right. Good play. He has Joseph Amwa to deal with. Session here back to Medeama SC, and Dropped into the box. But it's been.
That's a quite a good thing.
Sums up the action of Asante Kotoko this evening.
That was quite terrible. Sub. Great pass.
And that was him. And so Elvis Chamber plays Sakadalda. Very disappointing display from the young man this afternoon.
The former captain. Lot expected from him. And he was making that to be injuries and poor performance. The opening stages of their return to the Premier League, and were handled by Stephen Frimpong of Nation. Out to
The games had been a draw, and Asante Kotoko had beaten Medeama 5. A third win against Asante Kotoko.
It's quite Kotoko, almost the dominant side whenever they play against Medeama. There's virtually a change from the norm. Medeama were eager to change the script. They've actually broken that dominance today. The 4-0 drubbing.
Prince Bedu. Tell you what, Asante Kotoko have had a very solid midfield since the international Prince Bedu in the second half. And also the international Babayaya seem to have changed a lot of things. And Asante Kotoko may want to have a chance here to see if they can have the deficit. And Amid Wakwa, not too sure who he was actually leaving the ball for.
Supposed to be getting onto that. Supposed to try a slack from that position. Especially for a player who's an outside forward. Should be looking for goals. And this was a position quite similar to the first leg that was played in Kumasi, where he managed to get the first of the two equalizers for Kotoko. They'll go back, ruin all the bad decisions they've made this particular game.
For George Suleimana on the left hand side, and Samba O'Neill trying to tame things and calmly control as well. So let me just ask, what would be the reaction of Coach Prince Yawusu if you asked what really happened in the game?
Well, he's made poor decisions, and I'm sure he's going to accept his fault, just like he did on Monday and Tuesday morning.
Well, Kotoko here, and they may want to find a way out, and what a miss there from Elvis Chebafo.
That was a glorious opportunity for Kotoko to get at least a consolation. Brilliant piece of play there down the right hand side. Good delivery. Look at Pitami Duakwa, instinctive.
Can see it's just a body position and how he just picked it up, and
he was leaning back.
Yeah,
when he actually had to lean onto the ball and have enough power.
Well, Asante Kotoko have a chance just going wide, and they simply would be asking why the miss here. Salim here. Still Medeama SC. Totally dominating the game. Richard Appiah on the left here. Richard Appiah fancying something out, and so Medeama may want to find something here, and still not the best of effort there for Salam, who's really done a great job. Abdul Salam just was waiting for his own, isn't he?
Well, a miscue from him, and you could see he's worked tirelessly. Now the attempt to strike the ball clearly shows how fatigued he is to put in all the energy in helping create all the set pieces and Salim's goals.
Three minutes of added time. So for Medeama, they've wrapped up things, and they have really wrapped up brilliantly against a very strong side in Asante Kotoko. So with them, it clearly gives them a very great opportunity in what they want to do. On the Premier League log, they've seen it, 53 points it is there, and just 10 points away from Asante Kotoko, who now dropped to the 5th position. Aduana Stars picking up a win against Gold Stars, moved them to the 4th. And Gold Stars still sits second with 51 points, 2 points just behind Medeama SC.
It's quite a good victory for them. It takes them high onto the top of the table. At this point in time, they cannot afford to lose in their home games. And that is quite good for any team who wants to win the league. Tearing away from potentials out to Fuken Kotoko 2.
And so they go again, and Kruma's ball into the far post, and Abdul Salam was a recipient of that ball, and now he can afford to be like Cheki of Manchester City.
It's time for some better play there from him. Jacqueline with the ball.
And as this stands now, it's almost a game over. And substitution there for Asante Kotoko really not changed much, and there's got Emmanuel Mante, the man who started the onslaught. And again, it's always going to be a very difficult game. Cheba for not a great chance, and Kotoko know that they have seconds away from just keeping the momentum. And yet again, for just being wasted there, Asante Kotoko, and for Medeama, they are not in a hurry to get into the box of Asante Kotoko. He's just counting the clock down. So it was a clash worthy of an enormous and a great stage. This game was served on a gold-plated plate, and so Medeama SC walked onto this pitch with the sky opening up, with a great weather condition. It means that preciously they found the 4 goals they were looking for, and Asante Kotoko could just not be able to find themselves out. This man on 9 goals for Medeama SC, and he has shown his prowess as the man who controls the orchestra, the man who conducts the entire choir of Medeama SC. Man of the match, Salim Adams and Samba O'Neill. He was deployed as holding midfielder in the first half, walked back to his main position, but all did not change the narrative, and Medeama walked away with the 4 goals and 3 points. They move up on the Premier League log with 53 points. This is how they want to sum up their Premier League title chase.
Brilliant performance from Medeama SC. If there was any statement that they had to make to erase any doubt.
What a game it has been. 90 minutes of action, end-to-end stuff. Medeama securing 60% of their possession, and all Kotoko could manage was 2 shots on a target as against 9. Welcome back into the studios. I still have Yao Champong here together with Yao Rush. Gentlemen, it's been 90 minutes of action, and well, we'll get to the messages so you understand exactly what we mean. But it's been a pale shadow of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. This obviously is not a team that a lot of people were expecting that, oh, they are fighting to be at the very top. They want to win the Premier League season. They've got the quality. They've got the players. Yeah, Rush, let me start with you. 90 minutes of action.
Yeah. Very bad for Coach Prince.
Yes, we'll wait to hear what he has to say because after the game.
To be a head coach of Kotoko and be losing 4, it will be a tag on you for a very long time. Unless he changed the, and this situation can get you fired. When it comes to Has and Kotoko, they don't like to be losing by wide
heavily like that.
But the reflection of the game, the score shows that this is what even Medeama, they took their legs off the paddle, after getting the 4th goal. If not, it could have been more than 4. So Kotoko should go back to the drawing board, like we keep saying.
Sure.
But where is the board?
Well, where is the board? That's a very good question. I would want to ask Yao Champon that. Where are the men to take them to the board?
Yes.
Because from what we've seen, and Yao has given clear indication that obviously management will not be happy with such a scoreline at this time of the season.
I think there are teams when you coach, is result oriented. No excuses, and there's nothing that you can explain when the results are not coming. And this is a bad one for our dear coach Prince. So we don't know what will happen, but looking at the game, I think Kotoko give up in the second half. You can see that they are not running, they are not doing anything on the field. We thought the second half would be little interesting, but we did not see anything like that. Sure. It's like they are just buy time, finish the match, go home, and then have some rest. So, as Yao said, they should go to the drawing board and then see what
I'd like to take a cue from what you just said earlier on. So, which means that after going through the halftime pep talk, Kotoko came out onto the field and still were not playing to set instructions given to them by the coach.
When you are losing by 4 goals, especially first half by 3 goals to 0. When you enter the dressing room, most of the time, what is said to you? Because like I said, when they look at the coach, and then say Zito is there, is losing 3-0 at halftime. They will listen to him. They know things can change.
Exactly.
But no disrespect to Coach Prince. We know he's struggling. He's doing his best. But what is going in Kotoko now, Kotoko is going through is bigger than him.
It's bigger than him.
Yes, Prince cannot be the man to fix that problem. So even when you enter the dressing room, your pep talks, most of the players, they might not listen because they know you as assistant coach who came in and the coach, to the players, the coach who was really doing well has been fired and given to the assistant coach.
Wow.
Sometimes when they are losing and they enter the dressing room, everybody doesn't listen to whatever you are saying, and then you come back to because how can you come back?
Basically, there's no plan for the second half.
How can you come back and then right away you concede because the strategy is the 3 is enough. If we should go in and make sure we don't humiliate ourselves and make sure we get a goal and then change the face of the game.
Yeah.
But to go in and then get another goal against you, that means whatever that was set in the dressing room didn't really enter.
Oh, that's the face of a worried man.
Yes.
He looks very
worried.
You know. And I'm just imagining two people celebrating after 90 minutes. One was a player on the field of play called Mubarak Yusuf, who was a former defender of Asante Kotoko. The other is Isaac Amwako, who's the goalkeeper's trainer for Medeama. I mean, this must be so pathetic for them. And I saw Isaac Amwako after the third goal was scored. He was jubilating here, there, and everywhere. Obviously, he's working for Medeama, so he has to be happy about that. We'll be crossing back to TNA shortly. We are itching to hear what the coaches have to say at the end of 90 minutes. And then we'll take a look at how some of the issues have also shaped up, especially for the team. The league table will also be coming to give us confirmation of positions. The other matches that are just about to be wrapped up. But before we do all that, let's do a very quick break. When we come back, hopefully the coaches will be ready to talk to us, and then we find out what the perceptions are. We'll be back after the break.
Yes, see, Zepe Biayi. Zepe Biayi, Metro.
Oh, baby, we are sure.
Take everything.
Back on us.
Zepe Biayi.
Patrol, move at all in Broadway. Iron, kettle.
Jimepe Bia.
Oh, me.
Patrol, this is where I do my shopping.
Baby, check. LG fridge near Shelley, be no one patrol, my friend.
You too.
The patrol park in the Uncle.
I'm shopping here there. That's right. Yes, you go. Ebusian for Max by a baby it's going with the oyampa. Once a minute in your quality and authentic again. Now your baby from 10 to 15 is it and oyam Max by massive Easter promo. Not the baby do. Mama Jimete catch your can't the Max by the Busian. I had to go in here and walk out.
Babe, not fridge no.
That's how
I fridge number.
I'm a fridge.
Fridge no, LG fridge no.
Now how are your delivery? What's some young coffee? What's about? What's about? Okay, uncle.
Hello, Ghana. Payday is here. Stand a chance to win instant cash prizes on Reveal Scratch for Win. Up to 1 million Ghana cedis to be won today. Get ready to play Reveal Scratch for Win to win big on Max. Stop scrolling and start winning. It's simple. Dial *787# on all networks. Choose your card type and select your lucky card for a chance to win big. Play with at least 5 Ghana cedis or more. You could win up to 1 million Ghana cedis in cash prizes instantly. Yes, you heard right. 1 million Ghana cedis in cash prizes. Don't miss out on the chance to win big. Dial *787# to play now. Reveal Scratch for Win. Scratch it. Nedisika save bam. You must be 18 years and above to play. Terms and conditions apply. This game is regulated and approved by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Drinks, a whole new vibe. Another quality product from Casa Precon.
This advert is FDA approved.
I want to watch the match.
Oh, even watches Ghana football these days.
Do you know Charles Taylor?
The president.
Charles the Terror Taylor. He terrorized defenses with his dribbles. Who know Don Bote? His screamers at the stadium was like before the general lifting up trophies. Stephen Odo was orchestrating the game. The legends of yesterday, they have paved way for the heroes of today. Do you know the Ghana Premier League?
No, Dad.
It's our game, it's our pride, and you watch it now live every weekend from now on.
Catch the Ghana Premier League live this and every weekend.
All right, it's getting interesting, and match is over from the TNA Stadium. Kotoko have lost by 4 goals against Medeama, which is a very good result for Medeama because they are now seated comfortably at the apex of the Ghana Premier League table. Kumasi Asante Kotoko will have to travel all the way back to Kumasi after this game, which means it's a second loss on the trot for the Porcupine Warriors. Remember, Samatex did them a whole world of bad when they won their match in match week 28, and Kotoko have lost again match week 29. Have the alarm bells started ringing? Let's head back to TNA. The coaches are ready to talk to us.
Usu, head coach of Asante Kotoko, has joined me. Coach, in the end, he ended in a defeat for you. Do you think that early goal you conceded destabilized your team?
Yeah, it's a team that we lost a game over the weekend, and we're trying to put this together. The guys started playing very well, and just a foul here, they're free to take that foul. He disallow it, and they take a shot for it. And definitely, whoever you are, you're going to go down.
Now, despite this huge defeat, do you still stand by the fact that the tactics you went into this game with was the right one?
Yeah, we tried it, and it didn't work the way we wanted it. So it was the right one. We felt the moment, tried to hold their midfielders so that they cannot give those long passes.
Do you think your title dream is gone?
Yeah, it is gone. It's gone. I can say that.
Prince Yaosu, head coach of Asante Kotoko, the Ghana Premier League, have been joined by the head coach of Medeama, Ibrahim Tanko. Coach, first of all, congratulations to you. I mean, assess the performance of your boys. How satisfied are you with what you saw?
No, I think we were determined to, keep the 3 points here. I think I said it before the game, and I think, and looking at how we train, like I said, the players, they did very well, and I congratulate them. This is a very fantastic performance, especially in the first half.
Now, in the first 10 minutes, it was as if you were giving a lot of wayward passes. Did that early goal you get settle the nerves, and did that do the magic for you?
Yeah, I think in any game, if you get a first goal, definitely you calm down. We are playing home, we want to win by all means, so that's why I think maybe in the first 10 minutes, the players are a bit jittery, but I think after the first goal, they showed the class, and like I said, very well performance, and let's see to concentrate on the next game.
Back on top of the table, 5 games to go. How important is this win?
Very, very important. I said in the last 6 games, every game is like a finals. You have to approach every game, because if you drop a point and your competitors are following you very heavy. So we win this one, we will enjoy it today and tomorrow, and then we have our MTN FA Cup semi-final, and then we see the next game is against, I think, Brecum Chelsea, and then we prepare for that.
Well, Coach, the party has started for you and your boys. You can go enjoy them. Coach Ibrahim Tanko, head coach of Medeama, they're full of delight and praise for his team after winning by 4-0 against Asante Kotoko here at the TNA Park, which means that Medeama are back on top of the Ghana Premier League. Remember, it was Gold Stars who were leading up until now that Medeama have beaten Asante Kotoko. I will be joined shortly by the head coach of Asante Kotoko, Prince Yaosu, who will be telling us what he makes of the game, because it ended in a huge defeat for them. Not like Asante Kotoko, it means that they've had back-to-back defeats, which isn't good enough for them. Now, before I talk to the Asante Kotoko coach, the most valuable player in today's game, Salim. It looks like anytime I come to the TNA to do a game, he ends up being the man of the match. Salim, first of all, congratulations, Emma.
Thank you very much.
Paul, one Casano, game we mukomono, now more confidence and by this huge margin.
Yeah, you know confidence because we share say baby a league now draw. They say it na ya so. Ya more the more the boss here the ball. And you say like you go your home because you lose points be you say ke lose 20. Yeah, ba game media na determine say but they have 3 points in the Oceania.
Of course. Now most share 3 in the first half. I score like now expect it. Trust me.
Yeah. Yeah, I just pass a bit much about 4 first half. Now second half you ba relax keep the game. By nya 3 no na I just say okay. You come na answer for being count.
Say table no more about that top. I got 5 games to go. Our confidence say with 5 games now can move to me a winning a league.
Yeah, you say game bia call for 3 points. Yeah, call for draw. Yeah, call for 3 points. Game bia as a final and yeah boss say.
Of course. Now, one case personally, this season, I one of the season I watch goals be brave Ghana Premier League. I didn't any work him out.
And one friends hard training and consistency.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah, that's it. Salim Adams. He's the most.
All right. So congratulations to Salim Adams, voted yet again as the most valuable player. Together with his colleagues, they played quite well. They unsettled Kumasi Asante Kotoko. And what did the harm for Kotoko, as the coach rightly said, was that early goal they conceded. But then after that, Kotoko could just not come back to thread those passes to get the desired results in the game. Second half was a completely different scenario, as Kumasi Asante Kotoko could not put 2 or 3 passes together. It's one of the few matches that Kotoko have played and not more than 2 shots on target. It tells you that things really didn't go well for the head coach. So now, gentlemen, we've heard from the coaches, so we know the psyche of both Tanko and Prince going into the game. But listening to Prince, it was obvious that Yeah, I'll start with you. Yeah, what was wrong with the Kotoko team?
I think watching this game, we have learned a lot.
Sure.
I think the strength of Medeama is their midfield.
Okay.
So if you allow them to play, they will punish you.
They'll punish you.
Looking at their match they play against Bichem United, Bichem United were able to hold them in the midfield, make sure they don't operate. But it's different from what we saw today. Kotoko allowed them to operate in the midfield is free, and Medeama took the midfield, do everything.
Yeah.
So we were thinking that the second half they will change. At least we have to see something.
Sure.
I think they will pack the midfield a little bit to stop Medeama from operating, but we did not see anything. So it's a very big learning to all of us as coaches.
Yeah.
That next time when you are playing a team, I think you have to investigate well before you start doing your stuff. And I think that is what caused Kotoko all this
wahala.
This wahala. If they know the Medeama team well and they prepare well, I think it won't be like this. It's just unfortunate that our dear coach,
Prince
not Prince Anna, our dear coach, Prince, so have to go through all this. It's also part of football, and indeed, I believe when he go home and he watch the match again, he will fix 1 or 2 things so that next time something like this won't happen again.
Kofi Misa 4840 says, "Hey, 4-0 pa Apu." Okay. It's not the result that a lot of people would have wanted to hear, you know, but sometimes you go through some of these things. And as to whether it works or it doesn't work, time will definitely tell. The last time Kotoko lost 4-0 was against Hearts in 2000 with this Medeama school team. And, you know, the reaction on the face of the Asante Kotoko coach says it all. It's as if he's asking, what is happening to my team today?
You know, you from his interview, he said they worked at training thinking the system will work, hoping, because he made a lot of changes.
Yeah,
you could see from his setup, he made a lot of changes from the team that lost a few days ago.
Yes.
So hoping in this, but I saw a lot of new faces, and you could see that there's no cohesion. they open up too much, like Yao said, it was too much. It was open, and from what I saw, Medeama, the back is not that solid. You know, the midfield and attack, they will hurt you, but their back is not really, the back four is not really solid.
Yeah.
And Kotoko should have been a little bit of, a little bit compact, and if possible, the defending should be medium. You let them start from the back, close the midfield, so that they can penetrate. And if they try to go behind you, you pick but to play Ansu also, he's been off for quite some time, and then you brought him, and then you start him right away.
Exactly.
Was also another. So the coach himself, you could see, we saw from his interview, he said it. He thought the system and from what he saw at training will work.
It failed him.
Sometimes
failed him woefully.
What you see at training,
it's different from what you get on game day.
If they start cruising, it's always difficult to stop them.
Wow. Okay. Well, let's take a look at the other matches played and the results. So Aduana was done and dusted against BBNE Gold Stars. Vision FC also beat Accra Hearts of Oak. That was on Saturday. But Samatex versus Brecum Chelsea, we are yet to get the... Do we have the full time? Okay, it's 1-0. Okay. So Hohoi, Bechem, we all know what the situation is. Nations FC beat Baseke Holy Stars by 2-0. That's a good result for Nations at Abrankese. Young Apostles also beat Swedru All Blacks by 1-0. Close shave for Swedru All Blacks. They would have to come back home. Karela United and Heart of Lions. It ended in a pulsating 2-2 drawn game. Medeama Sporting Club beating Asante Kotoko by 4-0. And 6 goals were recorded when Dreams FC played host to 11 Wonders. Dreams have beaten 11 Wonders by 5-1. 5-1. So these are the confirmed full-time results from the various league centers. Let's see how that transpires in terms of points build-up on the Ghana Premier League table. We will be putting the table on the screen shortly so you have a fair idea. There you go. And so Medeama sits at the top, 53 points. And then BBNE Gold Stars are steadily behind them on 51. Hearts of Oak on 46. Then Aduana on 45. FC Samatex on 44. We've got Asante Kotoko on 43. Karela on 42. Dreams on 40 together with Baseke. Then Heart of Lions come in on 38 together with Nations FC. Vision are in there on the 12th position on 38. Now Bechem United are the only team that have 37 because the others, Young Apostles, have 36. Swedru All Blacks 35. And then the bottom 3 has Brecum Chelsea on 35. Hohoi United on 30. And of course, 11 Wonders on 10 points. These are the official positions as we have on the league table as per match day 29. Gentlemen, any surprises?
No.
I thought you'd be surprised that somebody has beaten Kotoko by 4. Because they were also gunning, you see, they were also gunning for the top.
Yeah.
And if things had gone well for them, Kumasi Asante Kotoko could have been in the top 3 or top 4. I mean, Kotoko, Hearts, BBNE and Medeama, with Aduana also pulling it up. Now, from the look of things,
Kotoko last game they played at home.
Yeah.
It was 0-0 at halftime. And then
Samatex
scored twice.
Sure.
In the second half.
Yes.
So 45 and they considered 2 goals. And for
today,
them, it's after losing against Samatex at home, you think you can go to Takwa.
Yeah.
They have to be realistic. You can't go to Takwa and pick a team that is on top, a team that want to win the league. After you losing your 3 points at home and you want to go and pick somebody's, even though the game started, it was a balanced game.
It was
a balance until the first goal came.
Sure.
It could have gone
anyway.
Anyway, but Kotoko, this is what they can give. I saw them last week, and from what I saw and today, this is what mentally the boys are tired. You could see they just can't wait for the season to end. So whatever that they want to fix, the earlier the better, because it's
when you said if they have something to fix, the earlier the better, does it mean a change in manpower?
I don't know what they want, because what we are really experiencing or witnessing is not
of Kotoko.
It's not of Kotoko. Yeah. You know, it's the name Kotoko is very big. Sure. The name Kotoko, the name Accra Asofok is very. I know Hearts lost yesterday. Definitely they will be. The Hearts is Medeama. So after losing, some of them will pick their car and go to Takwa just to satisfy their.
Well, well, okay. So those who made the trip to Takwa, we are wishing all of you a safe journey.
Exactly.
Back to Accra. But sincerely speaking, Coach Yarachampo, performances like this, obviously, management will take a look at it and would want to ask questions. And I'm sure when the team gets back to Kumasi, they would have the opportunity to sit down, judge, or find out what is this, what is that. Obviously, there are other matches to be played, about 5 of them, before we say goodbye to this year's season. Now, with such a heavy defeat, how do you get back into running?
Yeah, I think it's football, and it's football, anything at all can happen.
Sure.
So you just have to pack the pieces, go home, and then fix it, and then start again, because there's nothing you can do. And then, like Yao said, you can see from the players that their legs are tired. Okay. They can't run more. They can't run anymore. So you have to do what you have to do to put engine fuel in the car and then
get it running again.
Get it running again. So
okay.
Because next week there's a FA Cup.
Sure.
Yeah, so and then I know Kotoko is not playing next week,
so
they will have more time to recover and then come again and see how it will go. As for the management, it's part of our job. Things like they will go to meetings. Sometimes they will ask of technical report.
Yeah.
And then sometimes when you win, they don't ask technical reports.
And from Takwa to Kumasi, it's going to be a very long journey.
It's a long journey.
Yeah.
After losing,
and calls will be coming in.
I'm trying to figure out what the atmosphere will be in the bus.
Yeah.
Players are down. Technical team is down.
Sometimes, trust me, these boys, after losing like this, you think you'll be here and thinking, okay, some of them
they don't care.
Immediately they enter the bus. Everything is life as usual. Life as usual. They'll be talking. They'll be smiling, and they'll be, they'll be on their phones, and some of them.
Okay. And well, tough. Especially when you play for a very big team.
But coaches don't think like that. Because
coaches know that when they get back to base, there are questions to be answered.
Yes. So for you, it's going to be a very long journey. And then you'll be talking to your assistant and then. Trying to.
Okay, 055-846-2088. We'll just take a couple of your thoughts and then we will be getting ready to bounce out of the studio. 055-846-2088. Don't forget, this is a Medeama team that is also looking at winning the league for this season. If they are able to do that, or whichever team is able to do that, they are going to be representing Ghana in the CAF Champions League. And so let's also take a mental note of how strong, how tough our teams are, especially making a representation in Africa. And there's going to be a lot on Ibrahim Tanko's shoulders to handle. That is, should Medeama win this season's premiership. Have to put the team in order, etc., etc., etc. But it's just sad that the two most glamorous clubs in this country this weekend, match week 29, they all lost. Hearts lost to Vision FC. Kotoko have just lost to Medeama. Share your thoughts with us. 055-846-2088. And let's all put our heads together to ensure that at least for the next couple of matches that will be coming up, there will be a lot more excitement. We're going to see the best of Ghana football. I also need to remind you that the MTN semi-finals is on around the corner. But let me go to the phone lines. Do I have a caller on the line? I think so, from Dansoman. Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much for your time.
Yes, yes. Good evening.
All right. Share your thoughts with us.
Well, I think today Kotoko team make me sad.
So unfortunate.
Because
Made a
when
lot
you
of
look at
people sad.
the left back,
okay,
I think he is not the player that I can be. How can you give a loose ball like that? Even the 3 goals that they score, it's come from his end. Why? Why are they still using him there? And they keep the coach keep him there throughout the whole 90 minutes. For what? Oh, come on.
So you think the left back was not strong enough?
It's one of the most I have never seen Kotoko play. I mean, he's so tight and he cannot run.
Okay. Okay.
He was totally messed up. He's a flop.
Wow. 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 All right, sir. Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts with us. It's just unfortunate. Maybe they didn't have proper, players to man that position. And so they had to keep him there for 90 minutes. But anyway, thank you very much for your thoughts. It's not been a wonderful experience, especially for many a Kotoko fan, and we can understand that. But especially when your team loses and it loses heavily, then it means a lot more questions have to be asked than answered. 055-846-2088 is the number to call. If you've got a few thoughts to share with us, we'll give you a couple of minutes to do that before we say thank you very much for your time. But it's been so pathetic a performance if you're a Kotoko fan. Godwin is on the line. Hello, Godwin.
Yes, sir, boss.
Thank you very much for your time. What's your mind top?
Oh, boss. In fact, I'm disappointed with Kumasi Asante Kotoko. How can you consider a 4 goals to nothing? So this is Kumasi Asante Kotoko, or it's a different club?
Well, unfortunately, this is the Porcupine Warriors.
No, I don't think so. It's very
tough. It's tough.
Although I'm a fan of Accra House of Oak.
Okay.
But our team will not lose.
But you lost. You also lost yesterday.
I know, but 1 goal and 4 goals. Look at the difference.
There's a big difference. There's a big difference.
It's a big gap. Gap.
Yeah.
You see, we never said that. So I wish them well. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. That was Godwin. He believes that this is too humiliating a scoreline, too humiliating a defeat. But Kumasi Asante Kotoko and Accra Hearts of Oak, back in the day, of course, they could also tell you their story, especially when they get themselves going. Unfortunately for both sides, match week 29 has not been a very happy hunting week. Hearts losing by 1, Kotoko losing by 4. They're still in contention on the league table, though, but as to whether they can go all the way to the top, they've got some strong contenders to deal with, Medeama being one of them. And like I was telling you earlier on, Medeama are still in contention, though, for the MTN FA Cup. So we will still see a lot of action. Let's go to La Paz. Ima is on the line. Hello, Ima.
Yes. Good evening.
Good evening, boss. Thank you very much for your time.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, sir. Please share your thoughts with us.
Players no other. Yeah, training and park.
Pacho, training.
Training now. They I say a black and mumbo. As so no, I smart sound win no one. And also, but Nipa almost has never said that. Never said I'm an alcohol winning one. No lose one.
Yeah.
Your players no more almost yet. And quiet means about that. Born a buaha, a buafu, but where I play Siano, you don't check Kako Dina Park, so I can almost training and quite some new training.
Sir. But anyway, do I still have him on the line? He's gone. No, I think he's gone. Okay. All right. It's pathetic. I mean, sometimes you understand it when football fans, you know, when they get the opportunity to share their thoughts, they speak like this. Sometimes it's out of pain, sometimes it's out of anger, sometimes it's out of frustration. They go through all these pieces. But unfortunately for Kumasi Asante Kotoko, they find themselves on the losing end today. Tough encounter they played at the Takwa Naboso Stadium, a very happy hunting ground for Medeama. When they play at home, they give off their best, as it were. And so, like we showed you per the league table, Medeama are back on the top of the league log. All right, let me go back to the phone line. Papani is on the line. Hello?
Hello?
Good afternoon, sir. Or good evening.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, sir. Talk to us.
You mentioned the position of policy, but the position of Africa.
Can you come again, please?
You mentioned the position of policy,
I mentioned.
You mentioned all the position, but the house before mentioning.
You mean the league table?
Yes, sir.
You said I didn't mention Hearts of Oak.
Hearts of Oak, yeah. Hearts of Oak for you.
Oh, please, I'll take. Okay, let me do that for you quickly. Medeama is sitting at the top of the table now. Bibiani are following in second position. Hearts of Oak are third. Hearts has 46 points now. Second position is Bibiani Gold Stars. They have 51. And then Medeama, who are now at the top of the table, have 53. Then Aduana are following Hearts of Oak in fourth position with 45. And then Samatex have 44. So that's the official positions we have on the league table. My apologies if I didn't mention Accra Hearts of Oak, but Accra Hearts of Oak are definitely there. They are definitely there. Okay, so it's been fun coming your way. We went all the way to the Takwa Naboso Stadium, where Medeama stayed at home and whitewashed Kumasi Asante Kotoko by 4-0. A result that is fair enough for Medeama. They are back sitting at the apex, the top of the league table. Kumasi Asante Kotoko will have to go back to the drawing board and see whether they can, you know, bounce back to glory days. They lost on match day 28 when Samatex beat them 2-1. They've lost again this weekend. They've been beaten 4-0 by Medeama Sporting Club. Thank you very much for your time. We'll say a very special thank you to our guests in the studio. I had coaches, Yao Achampong and Yao Preko. One was very strong when he was playing in his days with his head, and the other was very strong with his feet. Gentlemen, thank you very much. It's always a pleasure in the company of our legends. And for you out there, we also say thank you very much. We've got a lot more action coming up in the GPL. We've got the MTN FA Cup also coming up. And don't forget, the ladies, the champion of champions, we are not leaving you behind. We'll see you again when there's more action on Max TV. Till then, it's bye for now.